Look at this, Jill.
There she is. There she is.
Welcome to Jill's.
You know, I really wish they'd let us play music up here. Make these long trips go by a lot faster.
It's against regulations.
Yeah, I never understood that.
They just don't want us having a dance party when a proximity alert goes off.
See, that's a dumb reason. Because we'd already be on our feet, ready for action.
Saddle up. Lock and load.
Hello and welcome to Shore Leave number 53. Shore Leave is a very special live stream performance where we love to just talk to friends about stuff that they want to talk about. And also the chat. The chat can also influence what we talk about tonight. And this was totally unprepared, unplanned. This sometimes happens with the Shore Leave. And this time, it turns out that Scotty R37 would like to talk to you about the Cybertrucks by Tesla. And,
yes.
You know, are they ugly?
Well, and see, the reason that this got sparked is because I was working the polls on Monday, and there was a lady who was working at the poll with me. And we were both working the poll. And
the election.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what you were thinking. So anyway, her family showed up, like her husband, her parents, and her kids all pulled up in a Cybertruck. And to see one at like noon on a Monday, my heavens. Like, the thing looks like a paperweight of some sort, and not a good one. But anyway, after the fact, she was kind of sheepish for a bit, and one of the few interactions that I had with this lady, and she was cute too, but I, first thing I checked was to see if she had a wedding ring, and I was like, oh, no, she's married, don't hit on her. And one of the few things, so I was being like a little guarded against her, but one of the few things that she said, she's like, Scott, I just want you to know we got the Cybertruck before all of this Elon Musk stuff happened. And I was like, I don't care about your stupid ugly car, lady. There's no apology necessary. Whatever. If you had pulled up in a DeLorean, I would have been happier. But like, I don't understand why. First of all, I think they're ugly. And I think they're stupid.
They are ugly.
My brother-in-law has a Tesla, and we drove for like 8 hours, and every, 4 of them, we'd have to pull over for 6 hours so we could charge his stupid phone. And yeah, and so I don't understand Teslas. I prefer gasoline. I don't like the absolute reliance on computers. I like a mechanical vehicle so I can fix it. If something stops working, it's not just like I'm in a runabout where everything goes down and I end up going ass over tea kettle because the stupid power shut off and I don't know how to switch it into neutral with your digital ways. I am an old man fighting with a cloud.
Yeah, I don't dislike Tesla because it's by Elon Musk. I just like it because this particular car, this particular Cybertruck, it's kind of ugly, but Canadian Spider-Man did a little research here. Well, I did have this. It did remind me of the Star car from the last Starfighter, but stupider. Well, and so just for our listeners who do not know what that is, I have clips. I just happen to have lots of last Starfighter clips.
Yes.
And so I can play one so you can know what I mean.
Hit the brake! Hey!
Yeah. That was bad.
That was great.
The movie was good. The car was terrible.
Yeah.
The car, yeah. So I
Kinda
want to
look
say
like
hello
Star
to
Fox.
the people in the chat.
Well,
Pleasant Valley
say hi.
Picker CA.
What about say hi to Spidey?
Yeah. Oh,
Hi.
that's
Kind of
right.
stepped all
Hello,
over his
Spidey.
intro.
You kind of did. You were really excited to talk about that.
Elon Musk.
You know.
I like Elon. He's like an evil super genius. He will take over the world.
Yeah. How are you doing, Canadian Spider-Man?
I'm doing fantastic. It was my birthday all week, and so we've been celebrating that. And yeah, crossbows and bonfires. And hello, Scotty. And good to see you and Jill both. Thanks for having me. Good
You're
talking.
You're welcome. Yes, your birthday started a day before your birthday because I didn't know what the day was,
It
and
did.
so I got everybody excited.
I appreciate it. I said, well, hell with it. Let's roll with it. So it's been a few days, but yeah, thank you.
Great.
Fantastic.
So, a continued happy birthday.
Mhm.
And I do
But
want to say hi to the chat too. There's a Pleasant Valley Picker, CA,
Hi,
Rennie
PvP.
L, and I know
Ooh.
PvP wants a link, but I just want to roll a little bit first.
Hi, Rennie L.
I'll add you in when I'm ready.
You'd have a link by now if you were a member of the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Oh, that's true. Well, don't guilt him about that.
No, that's
What?
no.
It's $1. You don't have $1?
Come
I
on
got
now.
$1.
Under this new government, we're not going to have any dollars. You know that. Hi, Molecular
No
Arts.
dollars. We're just gonna have
No
rubles.
No kidding. The Zlotsky, the Polish Zlotsky.
Yes, hello, Molecular.
How many Trudeaus for a can of
Oh,
RC
gee.
Cola?
So with the Tesla, you're worried because it's all electric. Everything in it is electric.
Yeah, I don't like that
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
I think it's terrifying. What if I'm going, sorry, this is going to be in the metric system, but what if I'm going 100 kilometers an hour and all of a sudden just all of my lights and doodads turn off? How does the power steering work in that battery?
That's a good
Like-
question.
Like, that's
Has
the thing
anybody
that
had
bothers me.
happen?
How many Trudeaus make a carny? Asks Rennie. It takes 10 Trudeaus to get a carny.
Yeah, that's right. And I was wondering about that because I know that in some of the Teslas, the door handles recess into the doors automatically, and it takes electricity to pop them out again so that you can actually open the damn things.
Well, no. Okay, so from what I've experienced, because my brother-in-law has a Tesla, not a Cybertruck, but just a regular Tesla. But it's like a lever, so you push in the front of the handle, and that makes the back end open. So it is still a mechanism, but the problem is that in Canada there's a thing here called ice.
Ooh.
And so if there's an ice storm and it freezes over the handle, you can't get in because there is, like, you literally can't pull the handle.
You mean when?
Has that actually been a problem for the person who owns it that you know?
Yes.
You know a person who owns a Tesla, so you
Like I said, the brother. Well, you know what?
Your brother-in-law. Oh, okay, you said it already.
Yeah, no, I saw a video of that, but the thing is, and if you have a Tesla, you're already committed to what you've decided. Like, you've already said, I'm making a statement with this vehicle. You're not looking for, convenience or mobility. You want to make a statement. I'm a good person. I have an electric vehicle. So if something goes wrong with it, you're not going to advertise it. You're not going to be like, oh, and here's another thing about this piece of shit I have. Sorry about the swear. It's like, you're never going to say that. And so I don't know if it's happened specifically to him, but I have seen YouTube videos of that happening. Also,
so I want to say
what kind
hello
of
to
a stupid ass car has a tent? It looks like a parachute. It looks like it farted its pants.
And Jill, I have another angle of that same layout, but it's got another option where it has a cooking stove and a little countertop option. If you'd like to see that one,
sure, bring it up. Bring it up. While you're bringing up that one, I want to say hello. Tyron Lethbridge is also here with the Rennie.
Tyron,
wait.
Hi, Tyron.
Oh no! Speaking of shit, I think my cat is taking a dump at the moment.
Oh
Nice.
no! And
Oh, those cats. Hopefully they bury it. I hate it when they just like, I'm too lazy to bury it right now.
Poop from a
Yes.
pussy.
oh dear.
Oh no. Well,
You
that
ever- you ever-
happened. At least
ever
it
see a
happened
pussy
after
poop?
10 minutes. At least it happened after 10 minutes.
Yes, there we go,
Oh.
Jill. So do you see the cooking stove? It folds out like a tail, or it folds out from the tailgate. The tailgate folds down, it looks like, and then the stove swings out towards the passenger side, and that's a full-on cooking grill. And with now that, Scotty, is that propane or no? That's electric, isn't it? I think.
It would have to be. Like, what's the
guess.
point of
All
carrying
electric.
around a propane tank in your electric vehicle?
Right, I guess. Well, we carry around propane tanks in our gasoline vehicles to cook with.
This is true. This is true.
And a cutting board, the sort of table folds out. Like now, that is friggin' cool. But why couldn't you do that on a pickup truck that was gasoline powered and have a propane little insert?
Yeah, like you could do this in an F-150.
Yeah, like
Definitely.
PvP says, the electric cars don't work at minus 40. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
not very well. They don't. No, you're darn right. But that is, I do
Maybe
like that
it-
option
yeah.
though. That is, don't you think, Jill? That's kind of cool like that.
Rennie L says maybe if they weren't so ugly, I could get behind the Tesla trucks. And
Can I say
Byron
what Miss
says-
Sparkle says?
yes, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I can't say it wouldn't show up over here on the StreamYard side. So go ahead and say it.
Okay, Miss Sparkles in the chat says what everybody's thinking. Oh no, I can't. He won't even show it. This looks retarded.
That's what I said. It won't let me click on your link. It won't let me click on your comment, Miss Sparkles, because it's too spicy.
No, it's fine, but I'm happy to say it. You're
Are
right.
you kidding? Is that new? That they didn't used to do that before, did they?
I'm gonna try again.
Well, I don't know.
No, I
don't know
can't. I
what's
can't
going
show it. It
Well,
gives
no,
me,
I think that happens.
it's asking me to
somebody
like
puts
time out this person.
so what happens when that happens is Google says, "Are you sure you want to show this comment in your Google chat?" And you say yes, it still doesn't show up in your StreamYard. So that's what happens.
That's retarded.
I'm a spicy lady. Yes, you are.
Totally is, Scotty.
It is. It is. But this is Scotty's topic. He agrees with the chat.
Yes.
Now, does that look like it has enough clearance, like a regular pickup truck, to go through the woods? Because it looks a little low to me. What do you think there, Scotty?
No, like in terms of the suspension and the height from
The
the
ground clearance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
no, that
as a
looks fine.
Texan, this doesn't
Sure.
look like a truck.
No. Well, and that's the thing. I was asking Jill about this when we were sort of scheming. And I was like, I would love to drive one, but I would be terrified because I don't think that I would be finding the corners of the vehicle. Like, you know, when you're driving stuff and you don't want the corners of your vehicle to hit shit.
Yes.
Like, I think it would be a bit of a, like, I don't know if I would be able to parallel park this monster.
Well, and I know they're heavier too.
Are they? Okay.
So
They're heavier. Their beds are bigger.
The electric
Really?
vehicles are what, Jill? Like 50% at least heavier than a normal car, maybe twice as heavy. So you'd sink in mud. I know where I live. Well, mud is a big problem, especially if you don't have enough clearance. So I don't know. I think you might get that thing stuck just by looking at it.
Well,
and then it's really ugly when it's stuck and covered in mud.
Oh yeah, exactly. When it fails, it's not good looking. It's
No.
What is it? It's like an old story about the DeLorean. I'm going to keep going back because it's like a concept car with the stainless steel construction. But Johnny Carson was one of the first people to buy a DeLorean. And
wow.
I think when he drove it off of the lot, there was a thing at the time, and it was like it broke down, and so he was at this. And I'm going to guess a highway. I think the 405 is in California, in Los Angeles, and there's Johnny Carson standing outside of his broken down DeLorean. So what I'm saying is that it looks cool, but does it work? If it gets stuck in the mud, or if you can't open the handles in the snow, what a monkey.
They must have done some testing. You would assume for.
Yeah. You know what? And I think that it's modern technology sort of subscribes to this, is that the beta test is when you release it at first, and then they get the general public to figure out what's wrong with it, and then they do innovation on it.
Oh, right. Okay.
Well, was there engineering on it, or did they do what Rennie says might have happened? It's like taking a cardboard box, spray painting it silver, and adding wheels.
Yeah. Like, remember when Homer Simpson made a car and it looked like a Jetsons car?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And
Like,
it
that would have
cost
been cooler
the
than this.
Billions in
Yeah.
losses. Yes.
This is a $40,000 car?
Yeah, in like 1992.
Oh yeah, and it was all green and everything.
Now,
Yeah,
who-
yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna show it because you mentioned it.
You're going to show the Simpsons car?
Well, I want a good picture.
No, I do. I want to see it.
Yeah, that's now. Now you can get wraps. I'm looking at wraps that can be done.
Huh?
Wraps
Yes.
like that can be done on these Teslas. So, Jill, can I show you this one that might be? I don't know.
Okay.
I
Do you have
like how this looks, and Scotty might like it.
Do you have a Starfleet one? I want a Starfleet one.
Well, kind of.
Right after I show you this Homer car.
Oh yeah,
Let's
that's
see
the
Homer
one.
car.
That's the one.
Well, people would buy it today. Homer was just ahead of his time, apparently.
Yeah, oh, totally.
Yeah, completely.
I like how there's a separate dome for the people in the back seat, so Homer doesn't have to listen. This would be so
Look,
much
someone
easier
made
if I couldn't hear the back seat.
Someone apparently made their artist
Wow.
interpretation of it. It's
Oh,
way
that's
cooler.
I
Yeah.
would pay money for that if I.
Yeah,
had
I'd
money.
rather have that than the Cybertruck.
100%. Well, I don't know, but
Yeah, it's like a Hot Wheel car.
Oh, and also when you honk the horn, it has to play La Cucaracha.
hi, Tiger Stripes.
Hey,
Hey, PvP.
Hello, PvP. And I will bring up what Spidey has shared with us.
What do you think of
Before
this, Scotty?
presenting the screen,
where
I
the
need
cues?
to remove.
So who
Hey,
produced
PvP.
that? Who produced? Yeah, I guess who produced that green card? Because that green card is a hell of a lot cooler than this Tesla crap.
Oh, I don't remember. Well, it says San Diego Jalopy Racers recreate Homer Simpson's dream car, and that's why. That's what it is.
Wait, guys, Jill, and everybody,
Oh,
we actually have one of these things driving around Kelowna. We actually
Hi,
do have
PvP.
one. Hey, Spidey.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
Scotty.
know what?
Hey, Jill. Hey,
Hi,
everybody.
Tiger Stripes. I might have seen it in
Hey.
Kelowna.
You know
Next
what?
to Scotty.
You know what? It's just
Hey, wait a minute. I want to welcome Tiger Stripes here, and
Hey, guys.
hello. How are you doing?
Hey, you guys.
I
Hi.
have to restart, so I'll be back in a second. Sorry,
Okay.
my computer
Okay,
just
see
went
you soon.
all.
No, it's
Oh,
burping.
no.
Your computer's
Oh.
having hiccups.
Oh no.
He'll be back.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
I-
he will.
I just wanted to quickly say this thing is as
Hey, Spidey.
ugly.
Hey,
It's
Pete.
Hi,
as
Tiger
ugly in real life as it is in the photo, Jill.
What
Yeah,
about
it's
the
pretty
gold?
ugly.
What is the gold any
Does
better?
the gold make it better? No.
No. In real life, it's not gold. It's more like a silvery
Yeah,
gray.
I guess maybe it makes it better.
No,
I don't
this
know why
is
they
gold.
call
This
it
one
a
is gold.
truck.
It's a
Because now
really
it's a gold brick.
it's a really ugly car. It really is.
It is.
I mean,
very
this is what
ugly.
they call the cyber truck, right?
Yes.
Why
Yes.
do they call it a truck?
It
It looks
has
more
a
like-
6-foot bed at the back.
Yeah,
What is there, like a hatch?
Yeah, it
Ah.
opens up.
Freak
So-
out.
Somebody asked, I forget who asked, how big it was. So it's 6 feet. So it's a pretty big bed.
It looks more like a car when you see it in real life, though, guys. It really does.
It doesn't look like a bed, but it
It
functions
doesn't-
as one.
It doesn't look that big, to be honest. Like, I would call it a truck because I know like there's a lot of big ass trucks driving around, right? And this thing is not a truck in my book.
So
It's
is
just
it
not
the
that big. It's just not that big. Sorry, Spidey.
Yeah, I was just going to say you can get wraps. There are companies that specialize in doing outer cover wraps on the Cybertruck. So this is a gold wrap. So you can get different colors if the colors. are
Oh, that
And is
could be
that
it.
like only an extra $50,000 or something
Well-
nice and affordable like that?
real gold. It improves the conductivity.
An extra 50,000 on your first grandchild, right?
Hello to Nim 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 Nim. Great to see you tonight.
Hello.
Nim, nim, nim.
I
How are you?
just-
Probates.
All
I
right.
also-
Scotty likes to say nama nama nama. nama. Hello
I
also,
also-
to UK Danger Man Gaming. And so that's
Ooh,
his new
Danger Man.
channel. UK Danger Man has a great channel about science fiction. This is
Mm.
he has a external channel now about gaming. So that's gonna be fun.
You know that's the show related to The Prisoner, right, Jill? You know that?
UK Danger Man related to the yeah, and then also wasn't there also a cartoon?
Danger
Danger
Man
Mouse?
was the show that The Prisoner went into after a while. That's the
Yeah,
Patrick
this is
McGowan
old
show,
rap.
right?
That's not necessarily true. But in the U.S., it was known as Secret Agent Man.
Secret
Oh, yeah.
Agent Man.
With a
I know
great
that.
theme
I
song.
know that very well.
I hear that's the only reason it's worth anything is the song.
I don't remember. I mean, I kind of
No,
remember
no,
seeing
it's
it,
a
but I
good
don't
show,
quite
Jill.
remember seeing it. But
No,
there's
but
a rumor that it's the same character that the character that McGowan plays in Secret Agent Man is the same character in The Prisoner.
Yes.
But I don't
But
know if that's true or not.
I
think
do
there is-
believe
I think
I
there's
do
an
believe
episode-
that
Go ahead, Jill.
Cardinal Sin did believe that.
There is an
Interesting.
episode, I believe, in The Prisoner where somebody calls him Drake, and Drake was Secret Agent Man's character in that series. So I think it
good
might be
night,
the same
Remy.
guy.
Yes, good night. Good night to Rennie L and Tyron.
Night.
Sweet dreams, guys.
Good night.
Yeah,
crazy
and-
kids.
So
Hi, Matt
so
G.
-1 is here. Hello, Maggie.
Hmm.
Bruce Willis sings Secret Agent Man really, really, really
Wow.
on his blues album, Return of Bruno from the 80s.
Believe it or not,
Oh.
I have the tape cassette. If you can find the tape, it's not on CD, it's on tape cassette. If you
That's
ever
nuts.
find it, it's worth gold. Every song
Wow.
is fantastic.
Crazy.
He's a real blues singer. I'm not shitting you.
No, I've heard Bruce Willis sing live, so
Now,
I was there in the '80s, man.
Wow.
damn, you white. What did you just say?
I said I have been there when Bruce Willis was singing live. I've been there, man.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
You know, you guys have made me so happy that somebody else is dating themselves.
Holy
Oh,
shit,
but-
Tiger Stripes.
The actual key there is that Tiger Stripes got to see Bruce Willis sing. What are the circumstances?
That's cool.
behind that?
very
I
cool.
used to go to a club on Sunset Boulevard. God, it was used to
Holy
be
crap.
called the Central. After Johnny Depp bought it, it was renamed to the Viper. But I
Gosh.
went when it was the Central, and I went pretty regularly. I think it was Tuesday nights to see Chucky Weiss and the Goddamn Liars, but I would go other times too. And I'm not even clear on who Bruce Willis was on stage with anymore. Was it Jack Mack and the Heart Attack? Was it Chucky Weiss and the GD Liars? But it was Halloween as well. But
year?
I remember
Gosh.
that he was there, and I had read somewhere that in New York City his nickname was Bruno.
Oh yeah,
Somebody
that's
else
his album.
knows. Yeah.
Scotty
Bruno
knows
is
it.
back.
Album you're talking about, it's on YouTube. So, I'm not going to
Oh,
play it now because
cool.
of copyrights.
I got to listen to that.
That's awesome. You got to see that. I
Yeah,
want to.
but he was blowing harmonica and singing
Yes.
also with this band
Yes.
on that particular
Excellent
night.
on the harmonica.
Who is
So-
harmonica? Mouth organ.
Yes.
I do care for Bruce
Probably
Willis
his own.
and his musical genius. Have you ever seen Hudson Hawk?
Yes, I love the movie.
So
I
then-
love
that.
Hudson Hawk.
UK DM
Yes.
Gaming, is Danger Mouse a satire of Danger Man?
Yeah, that's why I wanted to read this one. Tiger Stripes, could you please read this chat?
UK DM Gaming says, when I was a kid, I was very much a fan of Danger Mouse. So years back, I started a Google account as Danger Man. Didn't realize at the time that it was something else. Stuck with the name now. Laughing.
It's a great
face.
name to
Laughing
be stuck
emojis.
with.
That is funny though. I mean, you must have.
He's
You're
a
very
man
young then. I think. I think you're very
lives a
young.
life of danger.
You
Oh
might
no,
be
that's
very
not
young.
Danger Man.
You
That's
can't even
Agent
answer the
Man.
question as to whether or not Danger Mouse is a satire of Danger Man because you're too young to remember Danger Man. That's hilarious.
Danger Mouse lives near me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, and I think Danger Mouse is connected to Danger Man. Definitely.
I mean, it's a British show, right? Danger Mouse?
The mouse of Danger, the one with the eye patch. Hey, Bruce Lombardo.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Hi,
nice.
Bruce. Hello,
Oh.
Bruce.
Hey, Bruce.
Bruce.
What's harder, making Quake from memory or just programming in Pascal? A jungle environment. Whoa. Okay. Making
I would
Quake
say
from
the jungle.
memory.
I would say the jungle. Making a realistic jungle is a difficult thing.
Well,
Yes.
Jill's a computer programmer, so she should know the answer to this one, I'm guessing.
Well, no, the
This is
problem
also
is I've never programmed in Pascal.
Ah.
But I've also never made a video game, so this would be a whole new different quarter for me. I can do lots of business programming because we did lots of if you were running an airport, how would you do the seating and the raise and all those things. But
So
I did a little bit of OpenGL graphics, but
is Pascal really an outdated coding system then, I'm guessing, Jill?
no, it's just that I never picked it up. But one
okay.
one programming language is like another. I just need to know how to output, and then maybe I can figure it out.
Hey,
But I
I'm sure you figure it out in no time, Jill, because you're
I only did one season of OpenGL graphics, so I only got as far as ray tracing.
is
Okay.
anybody here running their computer off of Linux?
Nope, not me.
No.
No, but I am
No.
considering it.
I'm
Yes.
curious
But it's
about
great
it. I'm
for
Linux curious.
Yes.
I know that PewDiePie did a video recently on it, and I think if you watch that, that might give you some information.
All right.
Oh, okay.
I used to just do Knopics when I was going to school because you just put a CD in and look, it looks like you have Linux on your computer, but you don't. It's just CD, and it is really Linux, but it's a lot of fun because it pretends you have a partition. It takes your hard drive and makes a pretend partition. It's fun. And also,
Pretend
thanks for being.
partition. I wish I understood any of this.
Yeah, I'm kind of zoned in.
I'm just nodding.
thanks
I
for
should just
being
sit here
a
and nod
member.
silently. Pretend I know.
a member for
Exactly.
9 months.
Ooh.
That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm too lazy. I just stick with my crappy Windows system, but it works okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's how I'm
It
talking
just-
to you guys. So it works.
Yeah,
It works.
I'm
for me.
running on Windows 95.
You're not really.
No, of course not.
That's a good
But I
one,
mean, if I
Scotty.
could be, I would be, because that was the best Windows.
It was
ever.
the best
It was
startup
the
sound.
No.
best Windows ever.
It's up
Sorry.
there with like a Nintendo 64.
Windows XP was the best.
I can remember
Oh, okay.
XP. I thought XP was not bad.
Yeah, an XP
And then an
wasn't bad at all.
XP looks like somebody, squinching their eyes shut and sticking their tongue out rudely. So that's good too. As an emoji.
I'm on Windows 10, which is actually
Yes,
not
this
bad.
is true.
Windows
It
10
is.
is not. Now they're going to phase it out by October or something for Windows
Oh
11. and
shit!
no fucking way I'm switched. I got 11 on my work computer, and it sucks. Donkeys, right? There's
Well,
no way
I
I'm
don't.
switching
I don't
to
want. I don't.
11.
I don't want Windows 11, but I have
No.
it
No.
anyway.
Me neither.
I'm
Me neither.
I'm not going there. I'm sticking with 10, and we'll just see what happens.
Yep, I'm sticking
Yeah.
with 10. I'm sticking with 10. I don't need the security updates. Well, the thing is, I've had past Windows systems, and the security updates don't really mean a hell of a lot, really. They really don't. So
Well, and the thing is that my laptop is 9 years old, and so yeah, I'll get Windows 11 when I get a new computer.
okay, well you'll have to because
Yeah, you don't have a choice.
when you get a new computer, it'll all be Windows 11, right?
Exactly. They'll be like, "You get Windows 11," and I'm going to be like, "Oh, good, more learning."
It's
That's
like, oh,
exactly why I have it. Is because I bought a computer and it has it on it. Not because I want. It's
Yeah.
not like you buy a computer and they say which operating system do you want. The only way to get the older one is to buy an older laptop.
I
Yeah.
want my computer to run like a 1997 Tandy 1000.
Although that's not exactly true. You can
Can I have
roll
a
back.
Pentium, please?
You can roll back your distribution. Like you can reinstall.
Oh,
You can
God.
completely reinstall to whatever you want.
Eugene Bird is here. Old
Hey,
man
Bird.
Bird.
Hey,
Old man
Hi, Eugene.
bird.
hey, Bird.
Eldritch.
Hello.
Hey, buddy.
Eldritch Lord Hastur.
Yes. Hey, you guys.
What's
Yeah,
going on,
hello
yo?
to Eldritch Lord Haster. Fantastic
this-
to see you here.
Wow.
This is
Is
exciting.
this what
And
adults do on a Saturday night, I guess?
part-time planting?
Yeah, it's
well,
like a
it's a lot
party.
cheap. It's a lot cheaper than going to the bar in the middle
It's
of
true.
the night.
It's
And
true.
better
Less
for you,
walking.
too.
Less walking.
Less walking, right? Apparently, Scotty would have had to walk 40 minutes to get to
Yeah.
open bar.
Well, yeah. It was
I
very
have-
disappointing, so I decided to stay here.
Well, a
Scotty,
bar that is
I-
open or an open bar, because those are two
A
different.
bar that is open. If it was an
Okay.
open bar, I would not
Yeah,
be
you
here.
would walk 40 minutes times 3 to get to an open bar.
Yeah, exactly.
Bruce answers the question he asked me. I'd go with the jungle, Quake from memory, fresh for me, and thousands of others. Probably a lot easier than trying to do Crisis in Pascal. Oh. Yeah, no, I guess I'm not familiar with programming in Pascal.
No, but Crisis. I recall that I'm getting a flash of a memory of a game, Crisis. Greetings.
Very cool. And Nim 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 says, nerds.
Yes, that makes sense. I'm fine with that.
We are definitely.
I'm not
nerds.
even a real nerd. I'm a fake nerd. I have no idea
That's
what
not
Crisis and Quake are.
true.
I assume that they're games. But I
I'm
don't
a
really
part.
know.
I'm
You
a part-time
participate in
nerd.
a Lord of the Rings podcast. You're a nerd.
I'm more nerds when
Correct.
I'm hanging out with you
I'm
guys.
a fan.
I'm not
All
quite
right.
a nerd in real life, but yeah.
I am. I'm proudly. Jeez, I walk around. You know that when
Wearing your
when
nerd
you
badge.
see when Jill is flattering enough to put the "Welcome to Jill's" like that Starfleet uniform hoodie that I
Uh-huh.
have that my friend Terry get. I wear that in public.
So
And-
do you have
it's
nerd
great.
printed on your T-shirt there, Scotty?
It's tattooed on my forehead like
That's right.
Jared Leto's joke.
Hey, can you
I wear
send
that
us
to the grocery store.
Can you send us a photo of your forehead tattoo there, Scotty?
Well, that was a lie. That was just a bald-faced
I know
lie.
what. That's why I said what I just said.
I have a Sharpie.
You-
I can
know,
I
there-
can write it. I can
there,
write it
there
on
was
my
there
forehead.
was a friend of ours when I
Please,
used to go
no,
to cabin
don't-
parties, and
Well,
he
not
had a
that.
Don't
Sharpie,
encourage him.
and he would write shit on people's faces when they were asleep. That was not it was
Well.
not good. He was a nasty
Well,
little
you're
bastard.
supposed to stop somebody when you see them doing that.
Yeah,
No, but
that
everybody
is.
was
Friends don't
everybody
like
was
friends.
everybody was.
That is,
asleep.
it is really rude because then that person is stuck that way all day. But
All
I can
day,
understand
yeah.
why it happens.
Longer than a day.
And he
Who's
did it
giving
to
away
everybody in our sleep, right? It's like he was a little SOB.
Who's giving away
Oh, oh.
memberships in the chat?
Oh, that's Bruce Lombardo.
Ooh.
Yes, I've got to thank him. And I
Bruce.
just he also responds to you. Old Man Bird is responding to Bruce. Those early games had to use simplifications, like straight lines, to make it faster. And yes, Bruce, thank you so much for gifting 5
real Wayne
memberships.
Wow.
That's amazing. Let's
Good
see
to see
who
you.
got them.
But
I have to scroll down to see who got all these gifted memberships. Thank you
Oh, yeah.
so much.
I see
can't
Wendy
thank you
Trauma
enough.
Warrior's name. I see
And
the
also-
Padawannabe.
oh, nice.
Sonic Jaded.
Franco
Entropy
Walker.
Manor.
Entropy Manor.
Entropy Manor is an
Okay.
amazing name. I
The Padawan.
yeah.
Wendy
Padawan.
Trauma Warrior.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm very lucky. To
Oh, wow, I
get
haven't seen
her as a
Wendy in-
member.
I haven't seen Wendy in ages. Wendy is awesome.
And Real Wade Nation Gaming said bye. Okay.
Bye.
See you, Wade.
And then
I have a brand account, so I can never get gifted.
Yeah, you can't get it gifted, unfortunately.
I can't get gifted.
You'd have
you know
to.
what?
You'd have.
You know what, Jill? I don't
Hey.
really. I'm not really upset at all. I really don't care
Alright.
too much.
That's fine.
Sashi has a really good comment. My old Sinclair Spectrum, wow, it's a riot, used a tape deck. I tell my nephew he doesn't understand what load times really are. But that's the truth.
No kidding.
Yeah, my first computer had a tape deck drive too, and it sucked. It really was bad.
Yeah, I remember playing a Commodore, and they had the cassettes. And
Well,
it was
back
like-
then computers
Yes.
were about as useful as a brick, right? They were
Right.
basically useless. You
Yeah,
know?
but I liked playing Spy versus Spy in Space Quest.
They were horrible though. Let's face it. I mean, nostalgia is one thing, but those old computers they were really bad. They really
Did
were.
Spy
were
versus
like-
Spy have graphics like the Mad Magazine cartoon?
Oh yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, I'm
Spy-
talking to Scotty
yeah.
actually at the moment, so I'm asking.
No, I
him.
just going to
No, we
add
should play it.
Spider. I love
One
Spy
day we
versus
should play it,
Spy.
Jill.
Spy versus Spy was awesome in the Mad magazine.
Well, there was a video game as well.
Well,
and it's
wait,
really
what's the
quite
question for Scotty?
I don't know.
I was wondering if the graphics, the visuals were like the Mad Magazine cartoon
Oh,
in
for
Spy
sure,
versus
yeah.
Spy. So is it
Let's see.
direct reference?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's see if
that's
I can
cool.
find it. There's gotta be.
Oh,
Yeah.
and Bruce Lombardo wants me to check Discord, so I'm gonna check that.
Oh.
Oh,
You have
Real Wade
Discord?
wants you. Well, I could be communicated with on a Discord, and I have a Discord for channel members. Real Raid Nation
channel
Gaming
members,
dropped
ooh.
23 shorts. That's a lot of shorts.
There. Here.
Oh, you're a
Oh,
shorts
aren't they?
machine.
The kids love the shorts.
Are you still okay? Are you having dreams about still being on vacation, Canadian Spider-Man?
Absolutely, 100%. Still dreaming about the Mexican food, the waves at night, because every night you're going to sleep with the waves crashing against the beach. Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's great. I didn't
Really
think about
is.
that. That's the wonderful thing about traveling is that they might infest your dreams in a good way.
Daydreaming too, Jill, sometimes, to be honest.
And I'm just grabbing some stars here.
Did you go on your own this time?
I did travel on my own, yes, but I met up with friends, an Englishman and a Montreal fella and a Swiss German fella, and they're all living most of the time now down in Zihuatanejo. They've become fed up with their own countries, and now they're living most of the years now down in Zihuatanejo.
And I
So
want
I
to
was
thank
visiting.
Bruce Lombardo again for another
Wow.
super chat. I owe you
Oh
like
my.
50 videos.
Bruce.
I can't play 50 videos, but
Wow.
I gotta play a
I'll
few
stop.
for you.
I'll stop. But yeah, this is the game. But anyway, stop it. So
Okay.
it's-
Yeah.
Is that
well,
what they call 8-bit?
yeah, something like that, I guess.
Well, Bruce Lombardo for a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. CBS Fox had Phaser Patrol, really souped up Star Raiders on the Atari 2600. You needed a tape deck to load the cartridge with extra game info with the 30-minute wait.
30-minute
That's
wait.
intense.
I love it. That's
Yeah.
so good.
I didn't
How many-
realize that you had games like that with peripherals like that for the
How
Atari.
many people would want to wait 30 minutes to play a game these days, say guys? Like seriously.
Instant gratification. It'll be the death of us all.
You got that right, Scotty. Yeah, those computers were quite something.
I know Jill's looking for a video. She's
Just looking-
scrambling for one.
Just looking for an entertaining comment. I'm
Oh,
guessing.
Old
here.
Man Bird. That's not a good nightmare. That sounds bad.
Oh no,
That
yeah,
sounds
that's
like
not
you,
a good
sounds like you have
Oh.
some PTSD, man. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm not joking either. I
And-
imagine
and
it's pretty
Old-
traumatic to have some drill sergeant screaming and cursing at you, just pretty much all day and all night.
And just so everybody who cannot read, who's not reading the screen, we want to read the chat also. That Tiger Stripes just responded to. So pretend this conversation went backwards. Lately, been having nightmares of being back in basic military training, but being told too old to do the exercises, and can't find my uniform. It does sound terrifying. Oh man, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I mean, at least
Yeah,
you
same here.
have that outside of reality aspect where you probably realize you're in the dream because you're older than you were when you really were in basic training, and you can't find your uniform. And so
Yeah.
you might find your way out of that bad dream. You might find your way out of that one.
And I'm
logically.
also, and like you said, Scotty, I am looking for some videos for Bruce because he said 5 gifted memberships, which is incredible. That's 5 videos and then 6 videos total for.
Well, he needs to
Oh,
make
I love this one.
request. He needs to
Yeah,
request some
if you know
things.
my videos, Bruce, you
Yeah.
can request one.
Or
if
just
you know
throw
what
some
I got.
topics up and see. We'll see what she.
Tear loves Tiva. Repeat. Tear loves Tiva. Repeat.
Boy, that is such a disturbing movie.
Isn't that hot?
Extremely.
What do you think of this color, Scotty?
See, no.
It's still very ugly design. I think it's a very ugly design. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Like I don't understand the ass end of that car. It looks like if
It
without
looks like
this,
it's farting fire. What's that
It
little
does look
red
like
thing
it's
coming
farting
out of the
fire.
end? That's weird.
I just don't get the weird
It's
angles
weird,
on
man.
it. You know,
Weird.
it's like somebody that's into geometrics went fucking nuts and designed this fucking car. Right? It's just horrible. I think it's a very ugly car.
like
It is very ugly.
If you shaped it like a minivan, like if it didn't slope to the back and it just went square, like didn't Honda make that? Like the Honda Cube? This is like a more angular, stupider Honda Cube.
Oh God! It's just
Okay,
I
so-
just think it's ugly.
so-
that's all.
In the chat, Bruce says anything with Bird of Prey 5, and the wheel brought
Ah.
up this video, which Bird of Prey 5 loved Deep Space Nine. So I'm just gonna try to remember where I put all my Deep Space Nine clips.
Those eyes.
Kirk had quite the reputation as a ladies' man.
Not him. Spock.
And we just oh no, everybody got dropped. I didn't do that. That was StreamYard being silly.
Oh no.
But we're
Yeah.
here. We've been here
Yeah,
all
we're
along,
all
so we're
But
all
we're still
here.
here.
Welcome back.
I do have a picture.
Back.
Worf, it sounds like you have a bad case of Parmok.
Is that contagious?
Parmok is the Klingon word for love, but with more aggressive overtones.
Love? War?
Stranger things have happened.
Okay, and then I also want to play. Well, he said Bird of Prey 5, but I'm getting to that.
Hello world. Hello world. It's Birdo Bray 5. Cut blah.
And there you go. There. And
That's nice.
if you don't know, LDG has put up a 24-hour live stream of all of Bird of Prey 5's bed live streams. Apparently, according to his own request, as far as I know, according to a post on Facebook by Yvette, who says that this is something that he wanted. And if you want to hear his voice, that's where he is. He's still on YouTube, even though we can't talk to him like we want to.
I think it's very, very, very cool of LDG to do that.
Yes.
I did notice it was on, but I've just been so busy I haven't been able to tune in.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but
Yeah, and it's also hard. It's also hard to tune in.
You know what
The
the
first
problem
2
is?
days I tuned in, it was like I was grieving all over again.
Well, that's
you know
that's another thing, right? Yeah, like if I tuned in, I'd probably just get really, really super depressed and sad. So it's like it's hard to do,
Oh.
right?
Well, the thing is that he doesn't interact with the chat at all.
He can't.
Oh, Scotty, I'm not even going to comment on that.
But he can't. It's not his fault. He is interacting with the chat, the previous chat
Yeah.
that was there.
That's probably the funniest and most tasteless comment I've heard Scotty say in a long time.
Oh,
But I
you
love it.
haven't
Like
been
I don't.
listening. You haven't PvP. You have not been listening.
That's true. I was gonna say.
No. I'm not criticizing Scotty. I
thank
actually
you.
love
It's
that
cool,
comment. That is Scotty at his best sarcasm. I gotta say.
I didn't get sad when I listened to Bird. I was so happy to hear his voice. I was so happy to listen, and I know people have responded on the announcement and saying "Let the man rest" or something like that. And it's like, no, I want him to be around forever. And if it was one of Joe's deal, like he still wanted to be able to share his passions.
Yeah,
That's great. I love it.
We all wish we could do that forever, right, Scotty? Like,
well, this is the thing, is that I don't have a choice in it anymore. I've been recording, I've been talking to people, I've been doing this, I'm on the YouTube. Like, all the shit that I've said forever is going to be available forever. So when I, shake off this mortal coil, or however the hell you say it.
Shuffle off, I think.
Shuffle, yes. Right. No, I sashay off this mortal coil. And it's going to be like, yeah, if you actually want to hear me talk some more, it's okay. Just press play.
Well, YouTube is a certain kind of weird immortality, isn't it, guys? Like,
yeah,
as long as this thing is still existing, I don't know if it will be in 100 years, but everything we're saying on these channels will still be there, right? Which is kind of a bizarre thought to think about, but it's probably true, right? So. But you know what? I still remember when Bird did the UPS package one. You guys remember that one?
Yes, that's a very heavily replayed clip. That it's a hilarious one. Definitely.
That was so good. My favorite though is the one.
I don't have it, unfortunately. I can't share it.
I wish you did. The one I love the most was the one where somebody was doing the stream of him as a Sasquatch. You guys remember that one? That was
that one I cannot share. That's not my video to share. That belongs to Anti-Trucker. So
it was pretty rude. A lot of it was pretty rude too, but it was
of course it was hilarious. Yeah, it was hilarious. If he ever decides to share that again, well, it's on his channel. You can go find it.
Yeah,
it's on Anti-Trucker's channel.
I should do that one day. Yeah,
it's probably on Bird of Prey 5's channel too.
I was laughing my ass off all the way through that because it was so rude. It was fabulous. I gotta say,
it's all Scotty's fault. Whatever it is, Max Redstone says, Scotty, it's all your fault.
I accept responsibility.
And he accepts responsibility, Max. How do you feel about that?
Oh man,
that's fine as long as it's not legally binding.
And Canadian Spider-Man is still having those dreams where he finds himself exploring caves underwater at night. Wow. Are those cute girls in the bikinis still there too?
No, it's cold in the caves down deep, so you got to wear wetsuits. No, the bikinis, no, not when you go deep diving.
Oh, deep diving. Okay, I see. I understand now. I was trying to remember.
There's some of those girls on Facebook that are very, very cute, and I try to avoid that now though because they're just too damn. They're just too
idea. They're not. Those aren't real. So good.
I know.
Call, PvP.
That's why I avoid them now because they're just too cute to believe in. So.
Ugly car indeed. It looks like someone gave an Asperger's child with a Rubik's Cube fetish a designer's cudgel.
That is great. That's a great comment.
Speaking of Bruce Lombardo, here he is. If you wanted to see him, he's right here now. Hello.
Hey there. Hello. Hi there. Hello there.
All of you. How are you all tonight?
Oh, absolutely wonderful. I didn't know if anybody was going to be around to talk tonight, but it turns out there are a few, and that's really delightful. We're talking a little bit about the Tesla car. Apparently, we're also talking about computers. You wanted to talk about programming. I've never programmed video games, just websites mostly at this stage. I didn't know.
I was inside the teleport register for a little bit, and I was just sitting there listening to Jill talk. She sounds like she's having a good time tonight now, doesn't she, guys?
I really am, and I'm also providing an educational service because Molecular Arts says I didn't know DS9 featured girl-on-girl action.
Didn't she ever watch this Next Generation whenever the two ladies start doing their yoga and stretching together? It's the best fan service you ever have.
Yeah, they're talking relationships too while they're doing that, so it all goes together. Daniel Satopics is here. How are you doing, Daniel? LDG is a good man. He's a respectable man who grieves like the rest of us. Yes, yes, he does. And man, it's a tough thing. Star Trek Enterprise was the last good Star Trek series.
That
This
was
is
great
correct.
too.
Oh yeah, I haven't drank at all tonight. Dogs
We
and
got you
cats.
covered.
Yeah, oh, thank you. Dogs and cats sleeping together. PvP and Scotty R37 agreeing. Pandemonium.
I gotta say, Bird, that's a really great comment. I gotta say. Because Scotty and I have had our disagreements over the years, but not that I still don't love the guy, though. I gotta say.
What image? Oh wait.
Well,
I don't know what image.
Whatever you
that's the
described it.
problem when I can't figure out.
You might be thinking of the little kid with Asperger's trying to make a card. It turns
Oh,
into
that's it. That's it.
Asperger's.
That's exactly what he was talking about. We're closer in time to Cleopatra than Cleopatra is to the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza. In terms of, yeah, that's true.
It's pronounced Giza.
No, it's not.
I know.
I watched Stargate. Yeah, okay, yes. PvP, those girls that are trying to get in your inbox are scam accounts of OnlyFans women.
No,
Yeah,
some of them
that
are
and other
good,
things.
Yeah, I always ignore those things. I'm like, go away.
Oh man, I spent $3 on an OnlyFans.
Actually,
and then the chick wouldn't leave me alone, and so I was like, I'm done with this.
No, there you go.
Really?
Yeah.
The thing is, when I first got my account, Jill, I used to get lots of that, garbage, but I haven't got anything like that in ages. So I think it's kind of settled down for me, actually. So.
Oh yeah, aren't we supposed to be pushing for 13, Lucky 13?
Yeah, I've been oscillating between 1289 and 1290 for the past 5 days now. So we're within 10 subscribers of 1300. Is anyone surprised?
Woohoo!
That with all the collabs Jill does, this number has increased quicker.
But you're still not doing you're not doing the big party to 1701, right?
Yeah, that's right. There's no parties until 1701. But
We're gonna review the 13th Floor, starring Craig Bierko and Gretchen Mol, as soon as we get to 1,300 subscribers.
Really?
Yeah.
But wait, we're doing Xanadu this week.
That's
and
true.
I'm probably gonna get there within this week.
Okay.
But I can still do. Is the 13th Floor a good movie? Let's look at it in a minute.
Yeah, it's kind of okay.
But if it's just kind of okay, why would
It's like a Kmart version of Dark City.
Oh, you should do Dark City. That would be better.
Okay.
Because Dark City is really, really good.
It is quite good. Yes.
So Old Man Bird also says, "Can you get on Pop Culture Breakdown?" He invites me. It seems like he's invited me once a month in the middle of the month. I'm not gonna say that always happens, but that seems to be where I get invited.
Huh.
So we'll see if I get invited again this month, this coming May. It'll be fun. I love prepping for Pop Culture Breakdown. Dork City, because that's what Scotty's snickering at.
Now that would apply to many of us. We'd be in Dork City. Okay, I get it. Yeah.
Got Jennifer Connelly. It's a pretty good movie, yo.
Hey, have you ever seen Dark City, Jill? I gotta ask.
I have not.
Oh, it's on the list.
Yeah, it's on the list. Let me see. I'm sure it is.
Really good. It's really good.
Yeah. See, maybe. Yeah. Okay. So Dark City is like the GoBot version of the Matrix, and then the 13th Floor is the dollar store version of the Matrix, I guess.
Okay. Wait, no, those analogies don't work. Maybe Dark City is the Target, and then the 13th Floor is the dollar store.
Dark City is a very good film, Jill. I recommend it
If you
highly.
watch that, then you should watch Equilibrium as a palate cleanser.
Oh yeah, Equilibrium's not bad either.
Palate cleanser?
Yeah, because it's
Why do
kind
I
of
need
it's like 1984 crossed with the Matrix, but also with some kung fu. Well, I guess that's the Matrix, kung fu.
Good lord.
Great. Oh, kung fu. That's fun. Well, I love the Matrix. So
It's gun
if you're gonna
fu,
tell
though,
me
right?
that it's like the Matrix, I'm already sold.
Yeah.
Matrix
No, all
before
of these
special
movies.
effects.
Yeah, all of these movies. It's like how 2 Days in the Valley is a ripoff of Pulp Fiction. That's the analogy where it goes to when
I
something
really-
is so groundbreaking and then everybody tries to rip it off, and it's like 80% of what they thought they were doing.
Do you guys remember back in 2004 or 3, there was a report of a killer asteroid on the way, and then in 2 weeks there was movie scripts that were okayed for green light, and we got within a month of each other the movie that had the asteroid with Taya Leone and Morgan Freeman was a president. Still a good idea.
Deep
and
Impact.
then we had the one with Bruce Willis, Armageddon.
Nice. I'm needed. Can you have this conversation and I will be right back.
Sure. Yeah,
So-
no, it wasn't. It was in the 90s. It was like 97 or so.
Was it okay? Was it 97? My bad.
No, you're cool.
It has been a while.
Isn't there a killer asteroid to kill us like every couple of months? Like seriously?
I keep my fingers crossed. Yeah.
Oh, I think I heard like 3 or 4 months ago there was another killer asteroid that was going to take us out. So it's like, yeah, whatever.
I'm fascinated by the defenses that the Earth possesses, just in the majesty of space, of how many things are flying around and none of them hit us because of gravitational fields and orbits, and just the celestial ballet continues.
Probably more worrisome than the killer asteroid is all the space junk floating around in orbit, right, Scotty?
I guess, like Katy Perry.
I was gonna say.
There's tons of it floating up there.
Oh God, I didn't even ask you guys what you guys thought of Katy Perry becoming an astronaut.
You know what?
I didn't hear about that. Wow.
Well,
I flew on a plane. I'm not a pilot. No,
Yeah,
I flew on a plane. I'm not a pilot.
Yeah, it's funny got it. Also,
Yeah, I got no opinion on that because I never heard about it.
well, see, and this is the thing, and I'm surprised no one has done it yet, is that someone should deepfake Katy Perry's face onto Jane Fonda from the opening credits of Barbarella.
Yeah, I could go with that.
Because that would be rad. Like, I don't know why people are mad at Katy Perry because she says she's an astronaut. It's fine. It's fine. I want to see Zero G Katy Perry.
If she had bigger boobs, I could see it.
Katy Perry is not, lacking in the boob department. I apologize for objectifying.
I gotta say, if she stripped down like Ripley at the end of Alien, I would give it a thumbs up.
See, I'm yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of her. I saw some live footage from a concert of hers, and I'm like, she really looks skinny, like she's been eating Z bugs.
Well, she's Ariana Grande is a lady who has to run around in the shower to get wet.
But isn't skinny kind of the rage with a lot of young women these days? Like,
well, it's been the rage since Twiggy.
I thought that the rage right now was the donk. Every woman wanted to have a badonk-a-donk.
Yeah, no.
No, it's true. It's true.
I got to class the place up a little bit. I'm sorry.
No, it's like Megan the Stallion. Everybody wants a little junk in the trunk.
I guess got to say, Bruce, don't worry about classing anything up here because we often have no class.
Are you kidding? You got Tiger Stripes and Anti-Derivative Jill in the same stream.
That is true.
I'm scared to open my mouth. I don't want to be canceled. I know
we
we
do venture into the gutter occasionally, though. I gotta say.
Yeah, I'm happy in the gutter. It's warm.
Scotty, you're familiar with the gutter, right? Like I am. So.
Oh yeah, totes. No vacancy.
I think Jill just kind of tolerates us, doesn't she? At times, it's like, you boys, you naughty boys. But
yeah, well, she doesn't,
Jill's a big-hearted person, though, so I understand.
Jill, I mean,
go away for 5 minutes.
Y'all are really sweet people.
We were
really
saying nice things about you, though, Jill.
I know, but
OMG, are you really talking about Jill while she's not in the room?
No, we're
really?
saying nice
It doesn't matter what you say.
Okay, well,
No
I'll shut
matter
up.
what you say or what you do.
No, it's okay. I thought it was.
When I'm
I
alone,
just thought
I'd
it was
rather
funny.
be with
Okay, I'll
you.
shut up. I'm going to shut up.
If there's
Nah,
other
you're
members,
cool.
I'd be
Tiger
right by
Stripe.
your side till 2005. Hold up. Hold up.
That's
Hold up.
beautiful.
And
So-
that
Old Man Bird in the chat says, I respect Katy Perry. It's hard to believe that she'd care about a few jokes at her expense. Braver than me. Yeah, like, I don't know.
What's all this about Katy Perry?
Well, she was in space,
they've
don't
been
you know?
they've been talking about girls.
Oh, whether or not she was
because
there.
I stepped away for 5 minutes, so they're
It's
talking. About,
interesting.
yeah, she was in space for like
Space.
2
It was
minutes.
space. We were talking about space.
It was.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
was in space for
Yeah,
2
no,
minutes,
yeah,
but she's
they-
not
yeah.
an astronaut.
I
She's
said
not an
celestial
astronaut.
I heard they
ballet.
put them through the training.
No, did they?
What kind of
That's what I
training?
heard. I heard
Like
they had
the-
to go through the training.
Like
If
the
it's-
centrifuge from Moonraker?
I
Oh,
don't
that'd be
know.
awesome. I'd love to see that.
Damn,
Jill still
damn.
hasn't-
If I went through training, I would want them to film every freaking second of it to show people. She went
I
through
want
training.
them to get the bad stuff too. I want them to like if I did that, watch my fat butt vomit as I get off the zero G machine.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hard. Yeah, I haven't watched a lot of the footage because what I've seen has really turned my stomach because they're all, wasn't there some sort of old 90s show where the girls at the beach are, pulling their tops off, and it was called Girls on something.
Oh, Girls Gone Wild.
Girls
yes.
Gone Wild. Yeah, it was
I
like
have
a
all
Girls
of the
Gone Wild,
VHSs,
only they
yes.
kept their tops on. But Katy Perry spent the whole time holding up a little daisy. I'm
Yes.
like, really? And then when she got off, she held up her little daisy. I'm like, really?
Did she actually look out the window the entire time that she was flying?
She was looking at her
at that
phone.
moment?
That is the question that's
The
on
whole time
everyone's
she's looking at her
lips.
phone.
She was checking out Instagram.
And Tiger Stripes, I could understand that they put her through training in order to be able to endure the flight, but it's no way in any way close to the training of an actual astronaut.
Well,
That takes a long time.
I haven't looked into it.
I can guarantee it would take a long time to become an actual astronaut.
Years.
I don't know. I don't know what it's like these days. I see a lot
Yeah,
of
it's
people
like a
up
2-week
there.
course.
Oh
Maybe it
well,
is these days.
well you can book a flight. You just have to be rich enough.
Well,
Cost them
and
each
speaking
$1
of
million.
Or
Yeah.
marry a rich person.
It cost them each $1 million, except for the one with the stretch face, and that's because she's with Jeff Bezos.
No, I can.
Oh,
I
yeah, I
can't think
forgot
of
about-
Katy Perry without remembering her on the paddleboard with Orlando Bloom. What a lucky, lucky girl.
Yeah.
I was going to say Orlando
or you
Bloom
can be
is a
super famous
lucky
like
man.
William Shatner. You could probably
Well,
do that for free. So.
In this
I remember-
circumstance, though,
he
Scotty,
gets an honorable astronaut just because he's got.
in this circumstance, though, Scotty, Orlando was nude. What a lucky, lucky girl.
I mean,
I would be nude with Katy Perry. I'm
Oh
fine
no,
with that.
just him on the
Yeah.
paddleboard.
Daniel's
totally
Hot
confident.
Topics.
Crazy.
Daniel's Hot Topics is letting us know that
Daniel.
it's Sunday, May the 4th. May the 4th be with
May
you.
the
and that
4th
is
be with
the-
you. Thank you, Dan.
That is a
also
very
with you,
cute
and
holiday.
you.
And
also
but
with
of course a lot of Star Wars fans like to remind us the other May holiday to remember is May 25th.
Yeah, that's mine.
The movie
That's-
first came out.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think
That's
that's
my
how
jam. But happy May the
deep
4th.
impact.
You know,
yeah,
like
yeah,
when,
you can enjoy. You can have 2 days. Star Trek
Sure.
has,
Two.
the first day of Star Trek, and then the first day, September 8th, and then it has First Contact.
Yes.
So we can have all the holidays we want for all the sci-fi.
totally.
Mm.
And like,
I'm
what was
concerned
it?
about a future Carrington event. Whoa, that's a chat I just.
That's
clicked
scary.
on.
Oh yeah, it is.
Carrington.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Okay, let me pull this up. I'll give you guys the quick and dirty. Give me
Yeah.
about 10 seconds.
They blew out the telegraph wires.
And then while
last
he's
time.
looking for that,
Oh,
Old Man
that.
Bird said to Molecular Arts, are you saying you wouldn't coss? I've never heard that word before. Maybe
See
he's saying toss.
Kiss.
Oh,
Kiss.
kiss. Katy Perry, she asked, to which Molecular Arts replies, I'm happily married.
Right.
Smiley face emoji. What a good person you are. Love
Jill,
that.
sorry,
Right.
Jill. Do you know what the Carrington
Yes,
event is?
Back on the 1st and 2nd of September of 1859, during solar cycle 10, it created strong auroral displays that were reported globally, and it caused sparking and fires in telegraph stations. Apparently, they unplugged the telegraph machines from the power sources, and yet the telegraph machines were still sparking because they were powered by the ionized particles still within the atmosphere and continued to do so for hours afterwards. This was a geomagnetic storm that was most likely the result of a coronal mass ejection, a CME, from the sun colliding with Earth's magnetosphere. It was associated with a very bright solar flare on the 1st of September of 1859, observed and recorded independently by Brit astronomers Richard Carrington and Richard Hodgson. This is the first records of a solar flare.
And so the reason why it wasn't such a big deal back then is because we didn't have as much technology around. We had telegraphs, but we didn't have as much going on as we do now. So
see, that's what I'm saying. You're driving along, and then a Carrington event happens, and all of a sudden your car just fucking blows up, because it's all made of electricity. That's why I like
No, you're
the
just
battery.
talking about an EMP then.
Yes.
What this Carrington event is, just an EMP?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
but an especially strong one, an
Solar
extreme
flare.
one.
Yeah.
The largest
a cosmic EMP.
It says it's the largest solar storm ever.
Canadian Spider-Man adds another item here. The telegraph operators reported that the units, although they were only powered by the aurora, they worked better than powered by the city's power grid.
Take that, Edison.
And that was in 1859?
1859.
Well, I mean, that seems like a good thing.
But it blew a lot of the transformers at the time. Like, can you imagine us having to replace all of the transformers in existence all at once on one side of the planet? Like, it would take years to manufacture. I don't even know how long it would take to manufacture half of them.
I'm still working out what a transformer is, frankly.
Well, it's more than meets the eye.
Aren't Transformers those robot guys that can change into different things?
Yes.
The round things on power poles that catch fire sometimes.
But they're more than that now, because isn't there like something called a transformer box, which is a whole bunch of relays, which I suppose dices up a big cable into lots of little ones going to separate houses or something. And frequently that's on the side of the road.
Mm-hmm. Now imagine you're driving your Tesla vehicle and one of those hits.
Oh,
well,
God.
see, that's the thing. My friend who lives in Las Vegas said that they have a lot of, they call them car clubs. They sure sound like gangs to me, but they call them car clubs, and they get together and do donuts in the street and street race and that kind of thing. And somebody hit a transformer, which was on the side of the road, really hard. It was not good for them either. And my friend's part of Las Vegas lost power for 14 hours. That was on Easter Sunday.
14 hours, that's terrible, but...
Yes, but the word that was used was they hit a transformer. And so I always think of those things under the little wonderful glass caps that everybody wants to collect. I know I do. I want one in every color. And they go on top of telephone poles. And I know that that's a type of transformer, but I think that's probably pretty old school. I think now there's something that's probably really different.
Well, the ones that you see from hanging from power poles carry quite a bit of power. They have a lot of insulating pieces in the cores themselves. But if those things ever do become disconnected from the wires, you have to have basically a hazmat team come along and excavate and then properly either agitate or find a way to regenerate the soil, because otherwise you're going to have carcinogens spreading through the groundwater at that point.
From a transformer.
From a transformer hanging from a power pole. You see these power poles all throughout the Texas area.
Power pole. Huh.
Yeah.
I did hear, and I feel like I had a visual too, a transformer explode in my neighborhood once.
Mm-hmm.
It got hit by lightning. I think it killed my answer machine. I loved that answer machine.
I got to ask you, did you see
At least it
a lot
didn't
of
kill you.
green?
I'm sorry?
Did it light up your neighborhood as a
Oh
green?
no, yeah, it was massive. I mean, you could hear the glass cap shattering. It was
So what I was trying to
big
say
noise.
earlier, losing your power for 15 hours is terrible, but if we had that Carrington event apparently, if that large of a solar flare. Part-time planting says it would take 150 years at least
What?
to fix.
It would take a while for us to get everything back
I
on
don't
track.
know. I don't know if it would take that. Where do you get that number from? Part-time planning? That's amazing.
He's judging it
Is it-
based on current manufacturing. But the thing
Yeah.
is, if we had that happen, basically you'd have like a wartime production start up again. Because
Yes.
you'd have an emergency EO take place. And all of these places that were mothballed back in the 90s and before would be turning back on again. And people
Yeah.
would be coming in at 60 and 70 and 80 years of age. And they'd be showing the young kids how to operate the machines in order to get them to work right. Just like whenever they started doing work on stealth technology about 10 years ago, they had to rehire guys to go out to the desert in Nevada that had worked on the SR-71 because the military, the Air Force, I believe, initially got rid of all the binders of information that the SR-71 was built upon. So they had to bring guys back and have powwows and get everything back on track because they had to build some stealth technology from memory. And thus, therefore,
Right
now we have
on.
go ahead.
That's fantastic. So hopefully this doesn't happen. Hopefully we don't have a solar flare that would
Oh, it
be
can
that
happen
catastrophic.
It has
But
to. It has to.
but if it happens, then the good news is that we have a lot of good people who know what they're doing, and we will step up production more than it is currently running at a quicker pace than it is running currently.
Hey,
And that's
Christian
great.
Fandom.
That's great to know. Very, slightly comforted by the diligence of humanity to get things running again.
Well, that's the joy of living in first world, like America or Germany or somewhere that actually gives a shit about its power grid, because we have a lot of people that are absolutely scared of a Carrington event. Yeah, we'd lose about a half of our satellites around the planet. We'd lose a lot of communication.
Yes.
We would have
Yes, Old Man Bird says that too.
we would have a manufacturing.
I'm waving at Christian Fandom Geek. Waving.
Mhm.
Yes, hello, Christian Fandom Geek. But yes,
Hello.
satellites would be fried. We should video these guys and their knowledge while they're alive at Bruce. Yeah, that's right. Right. Don't wait for the Carrington event to happen. Get these 80-year-old people who know how to do the things that need to be done if such an event occurs, and get them to teach the young people now while they're here.
That's what I don't get. Is
That
like,
requires
why-
money,
why-
and you don't want to spend money on it until it's needed. That's the bad thing. Sorry,
It
kid.
shouldn't cost a lot to pass knowledge on to other people, though, right? Like it shouldn't cost that much.
In
Well,
theory, you are right.
Yeah, in theory, you're right, and I'm just curious, like if it's put down in manuals, like are there paper books of how to do this with instructions for the next generation, or are they digital? Like, what is the order of operations to be able to make an LCD screen?
And the thing is, though, Scotty, it's kind of stupid to have all this knowledge written down, like in a paper manual or on digital or whatever, and just destroy that so nobody can know what's going on in the future. Like, that makes no sense to me at all.
Well, and that's why I sort of advocate, again, when I say physical media, I mean also print. Like, it's not just
Exactly.
It's not just
And-
DVDs and Blu-rays, but it's
It's
also
like-
books.
Well, books are good. I love books. Like, yeah, exactly.
So if you can, if it's available there, but again, it is, you would assume, like, let's say that there's one of these events, there's a whole solar storm, and it's like, oh shit, everything's broken. Let's go to the library and find out how to build it. And it's like, nope, we don't have that. We don't know how to do that.
It's like, remember when Scotty and TOS, right? Scotty,
Yeah,
his idea of a good time was reading the tech manuals on his day off, right?
exactly.
That's what we
Or
need
his
now.
time in the brig.
Yeah.
He'd
Yeah,
be
exactly.
perfectly happy. So part-time planting in the chat says, yeah, the rebuild time is crazy, but imagine having to rebuild the grid all over again, and then only emergency services, government get power, then solely businesses for manufacturing. Yes, there will be an order of operations as to the priority of who gets what to bring everything back up. And yeah, everybody's gonna have to suffer for a little while.
Right?
I would
That's
go.
what happened in North
Except
Carolina.
for the only person who wouldn't suffer though is Canadian Spider-Man. My wood stove will heat and cook and boil.
That's exactly it. Yeah. That's right.
I would say if we can keep the government out of it for many months, that would be a very good thing up here. What happened recently? So
Yeah. No
Scotty,
kidding.
probably you would agree, right?
100%. Yeah, you better believe that. Yeah. No, if things go south, I can use this wood stove for everything.
Max Redstone doesn't want to think about it. He says, "Let's just push the button and get it over with." Kirk Thatcher.
Yes,
And of course, that's
Who's
well,
Kirk
not
Thatcher?
that one. That's Kirk Thatcher is the man who created the punk rock song that you find when you watch Star Trek, "The Voyage Home," and it's the one where the punk on the bus says, there's a song that says, "I hate you," right?
Yeah.
And so those are some of the lyrics. I think there's
Old Man Bird for
dark.
$9.99.
Yeah, $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much. More
Old
clips,
Man Bird.
please. Oh, of
Stop
course you get
talking. More
clips.
videos.
Stop talking. More videos. Yeah. Not only that, but another not just a super chat. More clips, please, for $9.99, but also a $9.99 super sticker saying thank you. And so, what kind of clips would you like, Old Man Bird? You know what I got. We use gas stoves here, and my car has no electronics besides the radio. Oh, that's pretty fancy.
Ooh,
I mean, you're ready
same
to
as
go.
my RV, right?
We
My
have a gas
RV.
stove.
Yes.
Would
it's a
LED
79.
flashlights survive?
Mm-hmm.
These are the important questions. Wasn't there a Twilight Zone episode about the sun flaring so badly it would destroy the world? Told through the eyes of people on the dark side of Earth, knowing they would die at dawn.
It's funny how people remember episodes of The Twilight Zone. When you haven't seen them for a while, they sort of expand in your mind. But yeah, that was absolutely a Twilight Zone where everybody's dying because the sun's going nova or something. And then the flip is, Jill, you should tell them the flip. The twist, the twist ending, the O. Henry ending.
That it's actually the sun is actually drifting away.
Yes, the whole episode has been a dream of a character, but in her reality, it's actually getting colder rather than hotter.
Yeah, no, you know what?
It's good.
Tiger Stripes. I remember that episode because it was my very first Twilight Zone episode when I was 6 years old.
That's those early ones. The first one you see sticks with you. It sticks.
They do.
That
They
was a
do.
really good
They
one
do.
too, though.
Hey, that's the Chiefs. Chiefs got it.
Dealer's choice. Okay. Then I'm gonna spin the wheel and see what happens. And that was Scotty's choice. And the wheel does take a minute. Oh, okay. Let's first. Oh yes.
would
Hi
dearly-
Ben. I'm getting super chat.
All right.
I'm sorry. Hi Ben. How are you doing, Ben?
I'm good, Jill. How are you?
Oh, really good. Well, from what I know, you had a really great day. Hanging
I had a
out with
great
good
night
friends.
last night, yeah, and
Last night, not today.
it threw my sleep pattern off. So I tried to go to bed about 3 hours ago, and I just couldn't sleep. And then I saw you were on, so
Wow. You're really
You're
wound
welcome.
up then.
Yeah.
Hello, Ben.
hello.
Well, I hope you can fix your sleep pattern.
No, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
It was worth it.
Resistance is futile. We will add your biological and technological distinctiveness to our own. Your culture will adapt to service us.
You all look at me as
That's
if
my
I'm some
Tinder
kind of
profile.
saint or visionary or something.
I don't think you're a saint, Doc. But you did have a vision.
Let's see. I want to play a couple more for Eugene Bird because he was so nice to support the channel today. So, no one.
I saw footage today of a household android doing chores. Putting leaves in a bag, emptying the dishwasher, or no, actually putting a glass into the dishwasher.
Just one glass.
Just one glass. I mean, it was just like a piece of footage. The android was outside with the leaf bag, and it was on, kneeling and scooping it up with its hand, and then putting the glass in the dishwasher, and then it was doing something else in the third scene. I think taking a pillow to a woman on a sofa.
Okay, but was this a company that's manufacturing robots, or was this just
I don't
a fun
know if it
video?
it was footage I found. It looked very real. I don't think it was AI. It looks, like
That
some
is a
sort
good
of
question.
commercial
AI's
footage
getting
for
better.
a robot. Yeah, AI's getting really better, but it looked.
I can think.
You'd live forever if you could.
Yep. Why? I want to see what happens.
We both had the same idea, Scotty, and your video covered up mine.
I can think of no one better equipped to handle it, Miss Uhura.
One of Spock's rare compliments. I love that scene.
And it's not just any he doesn't just compliment anybody. It's because it's true. It's a fact.
But it's really great that he compliments Uhura like that. I love that scene.
They
Yeah, me
have a
too.
little thing, those two. I thought it worked
There's-
in that in the the series that you don't care for, Jill. That I actually kind of like the first two of.
Oh,
But
you
I liked that
Strange
they
New
put.
Worlds. Well, I'm not going to get
No,
after you for
not
liking-
Strange New Worlds. No, the movies.
The movies.
Yeah, the Abrams movies. Yeah.
Okay.
But by the way, I just want.
Right. Where
there are
where
a couple.
where he stalks her with the necklace.
He
I-
doesn't stalk her.
He doesn't stalk her.
I just wanted to mention to Jill that there's an episode of Rod Serling's Night Gallery, I believe, where the world is heating up like really bad, like getting really, really hot.
Okay, wait. Can you pause on that for just a second? You can talk about it in a minute. Sashi is
no
going to
worries.
go to bed. Eldritch Lord Haster says good night, everyone.
Oh,
Sashi
Sashi.
says, all right, I need to close the store and drive
Good
home.
night.
See you guys.
Good
So
night.
good night. I want to
Store?
make sure I didn't miss you guys. The store? Yeah,
Oh,
apparently
nice.
Sashi works at the
Alright.
store or owns the
Wow.
store or something about the store.
Ooh,
Good night,
cool.
Eldritch Lord Haster. I feel
Cheers.
weird saying
guys.
that, but good night.
Good
Yes,
night.
night.
A lead box works. It would keep out any charged particles.
I am
and short
praying
circuit
we
the
can
magnetic
shift
field.
the trajectory of this conversation. I don't think it will happen.
Do-
but I'm
okay.
praying.
So you don't want to do
The
any.
I find the
future prep
EMP discussion disturbing, frankly.
What is disturbing? Because it would disturb everybody.
Don't let the end
yeah.
of the world
Right.
bum you out.
But
Yeah.
I used
There-
to have nukemares even before everybody got on board in the 80s. I was having them. I was like on the leading edge of that. And then the next thing I knew, they made the two made-for-TV movies that were very long. They were basically miniseries. And then everybody started talking about the atomic clock and on the Scientist magazine. And so I've been through it. And
But the
I
thing
don't wanna
is
go
that
through it again, but it's
it kind of
upsetting
follows
for
with
me.
the theme of the show because we're talking about Tesla cars that are fully electric and this kind of thing would take them out and what else
I get it.
you know
I get it.
so it does follow to talk about that
But would
talk
also
about
take
computers.
out pretty much any car with a computer chip, I think.
So
Yeah.
Which
my
is all the
chat
new
is
ones.
my chat is really good at coming up with topics that follow with what we started
It's
talking
because
about.
they're a bunch of engineers. They just want to fix it.
Engineers
They won't
always
stop talking
changing
until they
things.
fix it.
Wow, Tiger, you really do promote me because I'm just a stupid man that drives a silly suck truck. I'll take care of your grease trap, though.
Do you have a
What was it?
Tesla?
I heard.
Does anybody have a Tesla?
No,
Negative.
No,
but I
have
think
a
he would
hybrid,
be-
which I deeply regret.
Oh, okay.
a hybrid. Oh, really? You
I'm not-
regret
Yes.
having a
What
hybrid?
do you
I
regret?
I
thought-
do deeply,
I'm curious why you regret the hybrid.
because you have to replace the freaking battery every 3 years, and it's for the last decade. It's been cost more to replace than the car's worth.
Jesus, that's
Boom.
horrible.
Wow.
Yep.
I didn't know that. I had
Oh, yes.
considered a hybrid versus
And I have a very
a
small hybrid. I
electric.
like tiny cars.
I've got a friend that works
Wow.
over at AutoNation, and that's a nationwide company. If you don't mind buying a used car, I'll get you anything you want.
Well, I don't mind buying a used car. I want a 20-year-old car, and they're really hard to find. But I'm on board. If you can
I
find me
want-
one, I'll pay for it.
I want a 1985 Pontiac 6000 LE.
I'm
A
actually
95.
85.
'85 Pontiac. Okay, and then who drives that?
Me.
No. There's got to be somebody like in a comic or a movie.
No. It was just my first car. I just want to recreate. I want to have my first car again.
I want a 1964 mint green Buick Skylark.
From fucking My Cousin Vinny?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't believe you recognize. I've actually never seen My Cousin Vinny. That's a ride.
Oh, you're in for a treat.
If I had my dream car,
Last time I went to jury duty, they talked about that movie. What's your dream car, PvP?
it would be a 1970 Charger.
And
I
what
want
Sashi
it.
says.
Have you seen how cool the Chargers look at that year? Like, fuck, they're
Is that like Bullet?
Oh, they're so cool.
General Lee.
Oh, nice.
They look so good. They look so damn good. But they're so damn expensive. If you got one in good condition, you'd probably pay a fortune for it today.
Well, and see, I would get a DeLorean. But I've heard that
Really?
they suck.
They
But-
do
and
suck.
they're not that expensive.
Shashi operates a retail optical store, so
Yeah, those are
he's heading out.
DeLoreans are complete pieces of shit. They're all
I
lemons.
think, the DeLoreans are probably crap, but I do like the gull wing door on them, right? The gull wing doors are pretty cool.
I think they
I
ride
saw
too
one
low
once.
and
It was
they're
a
too
pretty
wide.
car. It
Yeah.
looked well made.
Yeah.
Didn't look like a piece of crap.
But they're hybrids, though. Like, they run on gas and the flux capacitor.
You got to get one.
That's true. I can't imagine what it costs to replace that when that goes bad.
Is this true?
Yes, it's all true.
$4,500
Have you ever
for a
did you
Prius
find
battery?
out there was that story about the guy who found out it was going to cost him $30,000 to replace the battery in his
Fuck.
Tesla, so he took it out to the desert and blew it up.
Yes.
There's footage that happened like just in the last year.
That's so funny. That's a good one, Tiger. That's great.
No, that's truth. That's a
I love
story.
it. I love it. I would probably do the same thing.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So,
Well,
Canadian
thing is-
Spider-Man, what is your dream car?
Here we go.
I would say, the General Lee out of the Dukes of Hazzard. 19.
Yeah, complete with the battle flag painted on the roof.
Yeah, you're darn right.
You get so in trouble, man.
Yeah.
You can't do
That's
that anymore.
General Lee's battle flag. He was a good battle leader as far as that goes, objectively speaking.
Actually, Spidey, you could just put the Canadian flag on and you'd be in just as much trouble these days, right?
Well, there you go.
I don't put the Canadian flag on anything I ever wear unless it's Canada Day. No, I'm not one of those Canadian backpackers. No.
No.
I think that's a hoot, though.
Don't you think the flags that people fly out of their windows are a sign of a resistance against the government?
They were until the elbows up guys started.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, elbows
They were
up.
the same ones that were saying the Canadian flag was racist like a year ago during the trucker convoy, right?
How the hell did the truckers' flags supporting the truckers go to elbows up? Like, that's really
it's funny, but yeah, that was an interesting time. But yeah, the flag, I don't know, our Canadian flag is okay, but a maple leaf, I mean that's not exactly really
And
inspiring.
You don't wear that when you go abroad. Come on,
No, I
you
don't.
want to. God forbid you should be mistaken for an American. You don't want that. I've been rewatching the MCU with my brother, and we recently watched Spider-Man Far From Home, and there's that scene in the plane where his best friend says to him, "Yeah, we're going to be great with the girls there. Don't you know, Europeans love Americans." It's so cute.
No, I put on a French accent and I talk a Canadian French accent. It's not a problem, not for more.
I have heard though, if you put a little like maple leaf pin on your shoulder, that it does
Patch.
does
You're
wonders.
supposed to sew the patch to your backpack or your jacket.
Yeah, if it seems like if they know you're Canadian, like over in Europe, you get better treatment. Let's put it that way than Americans would.
Maybe 20 years ago.
Has that changed?
That has completely changed, especially in the last 10 years, if you know what I mean.
Shit.
Yeah,
Well,
that used to be the case. Yes.
I'm old and I'm out of date. So yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you for educating me, Spidey.
Well, a lot of people still think that's the case, but not so much. We've we've
better
made
just-
some faux pas.
Better just to impressing them with your beautiful personality, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
definitely.
that is great. Lizard
So,
man. Beautiful.
Old man
Beautiful.
Bird asks, "What is
Wow.
Bruce painting? It looks like a Gorn
Wow.
with spikes."
That looks like kind of some alien samurai warrior.
It's like a cross between a Gorn and a Sleestack.
I thought it was an ogre.
I'll take the
Nah,
Sleestack
there's
over.
lizardy things that are going on.
Yeah, it's out of my range of knowledge. I
It's a
gotta
super
say that.
mutant.
I don't know what type of figure it's supposed to be. I just know I had the crimson red out, and I'm like, I bet you that crimson would be beautiful on this thing. So I started
It's really
working
great.
that, getting the gold accents on the armor,
It's
and
very beautiful.
you
Do you
honor
dry
me way
brush?
too much. No, not dry brushing.
You don't? See, I'm all about the dry brushing. You don't
I'll dry brush later whenever I finished other things off. But
Because,
I
like,
usually,
the skirt there, how did you get that shading in there of the orange and the yellow if you didn't dry brush?
just basically like doing what I'm doing now, where I'm just basically touching it, is dabbing as much as I can, and trying to
And
get
then you
that.
go
then
back
I'll-
with a different color? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nim 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 says Lizard Man is a D&D race, if I remember correctly.
That was my gut, yeah. Lizard man. Thank you.
You did
Num,
say
num, num,
that.
num, num.
You did say that. Way to
I
go.
can't believe I
Irish.
know that. I have like that's true esoteric knowledge in the back of my brain that I didn't know I knew.
You didn't even knew that you knew.
I didn't knew that I knew.
Tiger Stripes, what's your THACO?
My what? Oh, car?
No. I was asking you a D&D nerd question because you had this esoteric knowledge locked in your head, and I'm like, well, maybe she has some old combat matrices in her head, or she remembers her old THACO equation from first edition AD&D. But never mind.
That is really obscure. No, I was never the kind of clever person who actually kept the statistics. I just played. I rolled and wrote my stats down, but just played.
What was your highest level character?
Oh, deuce. I didn't play for very long. I didn't. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Canadian Spider-Man.
No,
Could
it
you?
was fun while it lasted.
I've never played, but maybe someday.
It's fun.
But I want
you
to
get a good DM. You got to have a good dungeon master.
Right. You got to have somebody with creativity and
it's
can
a
make
blast,
it fun.
though. Yeah, it's a blast. No, I mean, I can remember a couple of games I played where when I think back of my memory of playing those games, I do not remember the board. I don't remember the miniatures. I don't remember the dice. I remember like being in the scenario. Like with an alligator man.
Right.
And there
That's about the
are
story.
aliens blowing into the side of the ship, and I rolled and I died. And I needed help, and he shouted Excelsior and jumped in and tried to save me and died too. But I remember,
that's nice,
yeah,
though.
I remember the alligator man. I don't remember the dice. I don't remember the roll. I just remember it like it happened. It was so funny. It's weird.
That's
The
awesome.
gaming.
Yeah. It's like a video game on a table. But I do want to let Canadian Spider-Man talk to us about this, and I want him to first read his own chat and tell us what he's thinking.
Yeah, absolutely, Jill, because just I don't want people to despair thinking that, no matter what is going to hit the Earth in the future, that civilization will be lost. Not necessarily. There is hope. My neighbor has this book. I've laid hands on it. I've explored it for hours. It's called The Book. It's a civilization rebuilding guide. It's available in hard copy. It's a beautiful hard copy book. It's an incredible illustrated guide that my buddy has. Covers everything: banking to aircraft, to seed production, to materials gathering, to glass production, to to card games, to entertainment, to materials harvesting, trees harvesting. So, Jill, there's hope. It even covers. It says vibrators, and I think it means for adult entertainment. I'm not joking. It covers
My goodness.
There's also
everything.
But the cover here seems vaguely satirical.
There's med information in that book, though. So there's basic first aid and knowledge that's in that book that's very, very worthwhile.
Absolutely.
I think,
Wait, you know about this book, Bruce?
yeah, it's been advertised quite a few times, and I followed the links onto Amazon. It's $100 for a big hardcover. It'd be worth it. I'm thinking about it. I might get it here probably in June.
Oh, whenever somebody enables me online to buy something, it's usually a book.
Yeah, I was just about to say, there's nothing I love better than just buying something.
I was going to ask, can you please put a link, because I think I'd like to buy this book.
Hold
But I still say, what I see here, the visual is very satirical and steampunky.
It's kind of like 19th century, isn't it? The cover, kind of 19th century.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks very steampunkish,
It
Victorian.
makes the end of the world.
Yeah,
look fun.
steampunk. That's it. Steampunkish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool
No,
cover,
but
though. I like
this-
it.
Well,
what you
I
just-
don't know if it's going to be
Trip to the
useful
moon.
if it's just satire.
Well, what you?
Oh,
But
no.
I guess
What you
Canadian
described-
Spider-Man wouldn't recommend it if it
It's
wasn't
not
the real
satire.
thing. It's not
the
satire.
real. It's the real thing.
So the book itself has nothing to do with these illos.
It's illustrated in this fashion.
It is steampunk.
It is, but the information is absolutely sincere.
Okay.
Is there a link, Spidey? Can we please? Thank you.
Yes, but also
I just got
Canadian
it in the private
Spider-Man.
chat.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you.
Okay, I'll put that in the regular chat in a minute. But I wanted to say the way you describe it, it reminds me of the fact that we do have a global seed vault somewhere in the world. It's in. It's somewhere very,
Yeah,
very
started
cold.
by Gates.
Somewhere in the Arctic.
Started
it's
by
Gates.
Bill Gates.
Oh, no.
Yes. Oh yes.
Never
oh, yes.
mind. We got to start our own seed stories.
It's already been done.
Oh, it has.
I'm sure.
It's
LDG knows about it.
LDG has started. No, Deej Odyssey would start the seed store. He's the farmer.
Yeah, someone has. I guarantee it.
Got 4.5 stars on Amazon, so that's a pretty good rating, I gotta say.
Definitely, I'm intrigued by this book, Spidey. Thank you
I'm
so
gonna
much
have
for
to
bringing
buy.
it to
I'm
us.
gonna. Holy shit! Though, $119.
It is expensive.
F me. That's expensive.
I might be able to find it on the secondhand market, like eBay for less.
I'll try. Yeah, exactly, Tiger. I will try eBay because eBay is often a more affordable.
Oh, I forgot. I have a plugin on my computer that gives a shorter link to Amazon. There you go, shorter link.
Okay.
That is cool. I bet if I told my husband about this, he would want it. Like this is the kind of stuff he eats up. This kind of stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like a really good book. I got to check this out. I definitely do.
Just being able to be self-sufficient is something that he likes.
Well, especially since we have that horrible Mark Carney as our prime minister since last Monday. He wants to do the net zero stuff, which is going to destroy our economy. So it's like, yeah, I guess I better get self-sufficient because, the thing is, what was it? The Liberal Party it's like the bureaucracy put a report like 2 weeks ago. They said it's going to be so bad for 4 years from now that Canadians are going to have to forage in the woods for food.
Literally, it said that. Yes, that's true.
Yeah, exactly, Spidey. It's scary, isn't it not scary, man? It's really very
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Really, is that going to happen?
It is projected by the Liberal government's own. Is it the provincial advisor?
Is it the Privy Council?
The Privy Council. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, an official branch of the government, and they've got their own building on Parliament Hill, their own wing of the Parliament buildings. It's a gorgeous wing of the official residence of the entire government of Canada.
And
It's a real thing.
The thing is, they're independent, so they can speak speak truth, right?
The truth, yeah. No, they paint a very dismal picture for us. So this book is
Very
really
dismal.
important to Canadians.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't even know how to pronounce that word that I put in the chat. I have I don't even know how to pronounce that.
Oh.
Phenakistoscope.
Yes.
Phenakistoscope.
Yeah, you got me lost there too. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that.
Oh, it's a cool machine. It's for entertainment. I bet y'all know what it is if you look it up.
You know, the thing is about entertainment.
Oh, okay. It's a real. Oh, what did we used to call those? Those Viewmaster reel.
Yeah, kind of.
Viewmaster reel.
Oh,
I have a Viewmaster.
Oh, Jill, have you ever seen the Star Trek TOS Viewmaster reel?
No, I haven't. I
Oh,
would love to see it.
You can. It's online. You can see it. It's really cool.
But that's the word, guys, that nobody can pronounce. And in fact, if you type it in Google, the first thing it says is how to pronounce it.
Phenakistoscope.
Phenakistoscope. Yeah, that's it. Tiger Stripes did it. I don't need a video.
Oh,
Thank you, Tiger
I kind of stuttered though, but
no, that was perfect.
Tiger Stripes is amazing. Wow.
She is.
Well, gosh.
But yeah, definitely build that. We need our
I would
movies.
feel a little smarter when I'm on the panels with her.
Yeah.
Hey, would
Good
PvP?
door.
Would you say she's great?
Well, I would say Tiger does challenge me to
Thurl
Never mind.
Ravenscroft.
Nobody got it. Nobody got it. That's fine.
I got it. Thurl Raven.
Okay.
Well,
Ravenscroft.
Can I even
Tony
finish what I
Tiger.
was going to say?
It's okay, PvP. They were just telling a joke and talking about it. So, but PvP, could you please read this from the chat?
Is that the name of this guy? Like, I don't get his
No.
name. No. Remember that cartoon? No. That.
Yes.
Not
Canadians
until you
have-
just did that.
If Canadians have to forage in the woods for food, they will call it cultural appropriation or tax it. Yeah, the Carney definitely fucking will. Yes. You know what's hilarious? I read somebody online making a joke today. It's like we'll have to go out and strangle Canada geese in order to fucking eat them.
It's a crime.
It's perfect though, isn't it? It's like strangling Canada geese for food. That's what the liberals want to reduce us to. I laughed my ass off when I read that comment.
Canada goose will break your arm.
They're nasty.
No
birds,
kidding.
but they're nasty fuckers. But hey,
Yeah, they're
I'd say
jerks.
good luck trying to strangle one of those.
well, if I gotta eat, I'll kill one. If I gotta eat,
Well, hopefully it doesn't come down to that, PvP.
Yeah.
I hope
My
not.
goodness.
I hope not.
Christmas goose.
What? Christmas.
So, what?
I do. That does remind me of one of my favorite childhood movies, Babe, where there's a goose that tries to avoid being Christmas dinner by becoming a rooster.
Can
Babe's
I
the
ask
best.
PvP something?
Please.
Hello. What?
PvP.
Bruce
What,
is trying to ask you something.
If somebody,
PvP. What's your dream car, man? We never got around to you.
And then me next.
my dream. What? My dream. What?
Dream
It was the
car.
1970s Charger.
Your
so
dream
that-
car. Oh yeah,
it-
he did answer.
It would be like
Oh,
the
my bad.
Char-
My bad.
it
I
would
thought
be-
that was Scotty.
It would be the Charger from 1969 to 71, somewhere in that era, right?
Okay.
Well, I love the Charger, and you guys have probably never seen the show Burn Notice, right? You've never seen that show, probably never heard of it.
Bruce
No, I know
Campbell.
what Burn Notice is. It's got
Burn Notice is a fucking great show, and it has well, I'll talk later. I don't want to over talk, but it's got a Charger featured in it, and it's a fucking kick-ass fucking show. And I'll add more later because I don't want to bore you guys.
And Nem says swans are greater than Canadian geese. I've never met a swan. actually.
I've heard they
I-
can be very mean if you run into them, but the few that I've known have been very polite.
I've seen swans floating around in the pond, and they seem very mellow, I gotta say.
Welcome to the show, everybody. I've seen a swan. This is episode
have?
44 of different
Okay, so
birds
this
I've witnessed.
visual, clearly there's a rocket on the left, there's a horseless carriage in the upper right, some sort of still, a firework. What the hell is that with the hand? What the bloody hell is that?
Welcome to Jill's stream, where we're talking
I'm
about
having an
these
impossible
decent swans.
time visualizing what that's supposed to be. I cannot begin to imagine. Dressing some sort of small animal?
It's pinching. Maybe it's trying to do
yeah.
some kind of surgery, or I don't know.
I think
No, that's too
they mean the
vicious, and
rocket.
whatever that is, it's too graphic to be surgery.
okay,
I think
then-
it's dressing an animal, field dressing an
then
animal
that's
or
it.
something. It's so bizarre.
Okay, let's go with that.
Oh, no, it. Yeah, it looks like correct.
Scotty,
It's
here's where you jump in,
field
Scotty.
dressing an
Come on,
animal.
Scotty, jump in.
I already
Yeah, it's
said
dress-
it was a bris.
Yeah, he did.
Oh
That's
Jesus! I
what-
didn't quite hear you.
That's why I laughed and said, "Let's go with that."
Right, but I missed what he said. I missed the punchline.
The kettle is.
So,
clearly
old
tipping
man
into a
Bird
dead man.
has a question for the whole panel. And did we get Cinema Gulp's favorite car or the card that they'd want?
I think so,
James
but
card.
I'm the
Okay,
person
so-
who got
Okay.
asked to.
Yeah, I gave like a movie quote answer because I don't really.
Oh,
have
that's
one.
right.
You
I
don't,
don't
really
really
have,
have
one?
one either.
You don't want a car? Come
I
on.
don't
I
really have
like.
one either.
I love
Chill.
like top-down Jeeps. So just a really rugged like Jeep Renegade. Like I'm not. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
really care
I'm
about-
happy. I'm honestly happy with the Honda CRV I have, but I guess maybe I think Porsches are cute. Like if I could just drop a
Yeah.
thing.
Like a 1972 Studebaker.
Okay, so I want
From the
a
Muppet movie.
2005 Toyota Celica. I reckon in silver. I want the leather interior. That's what I
Fine
want.
Corinthian leather.
Preferably one owner. Two's okay. Low mileage, well, not. There's no way it's going to be that low, but you know what I mean.
Would you
That's-
like the radio station presets to be set to anything in particular?
Well, the ones that I've actually been finding have often had the radios replaced with some sort of screen so that shows
Yeah, I don't
you
like
how
those.
you're backing up. I don't like them either, but a lot of them they replaced it with that. I think it just fits in nice or something. But yeah,
I'm
So
actually
old
glad-
man Bird.
that's what I'm looking
Wait.
for. It's impossible to find. Help!
Old man Bird has a question for all of us, and I want to start with
Old man Bird.
I want to start with Ben on this one.
Hey, Bird.
Old man Bird says something we'd be interested in knowing about you panelists is whether you've already accomplished everything you'd set out to do, or if you have a really big goal you are working at.
Oh God, help me!
God, you gotta really embarrass us, don't you, Bird? Like, oh fuck.
It's like when I was on Canadian Spider-Man's panel the other day, and he said, "Hey, what's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you?"
True.
I'm like, "Yeah,
True.
we're not talking about that."
I pooped in a pool.
I did.
Yeah, we
Did
did.
you really?
Yeah. Like, I've already accomplished something. Like, oh, Bird, Jesus, buddy, dude. Ugh.
What's wrong, little guy?
I have lived too
Maybe
long.
my
in the
panelist doesn't want to talk about our big goals.
I just want to say I've lived too long and accomplished too little. Is my comment to Bird.
I take it in strides, I guess. Like, if the question is, how many of those goals have you hit? Like, I personally, I would say I hit a bunch of them because I only set one at a time, and then, my goal when I was younger was to go to college and finish it and graduate. So I went through the military to get into college, and then I went to college and I graduated, and that was an accomplishment that I'm still proud of.
It's huge.
Yeah, and then I've hit some pretty decent goals. I mean, I wrote a book, but it did not get received well or published, so I don't consider that a goal that wasn't fulfilled, just maybe a goal not what I was expecting. The goal was to finish the book, and I did. But yeah, I mean, God, family, kids, stuff like that. Yeah, I didn't quite accomplish any of that, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, like one thing at a time is always really is a good way to go about it instead of like a big picture.
That's a great
goal.
idea.
Yeah,
I think
I
that's
mean,
a great idea to see.
yeah,
life
because that way you don't
One-
feel unfulfilled and empty if you think you've finished the last goal that you have set. Like, what do I do now? Like what's his name? The guy that wrote To Infinite Jest. Like, he's like, I wrote the book. Now I'm gonna kill myself because that's all I wanted to do. You know?
God, Is that
Holy
serious? I
moly.
didn't realize that happened.
Yeah. What's his name again,
Yeah.
Scotty? The Infinite Jest writer.
I do not know.
Oh, okay. I thought you knew.
No,
Is that the guy
David-
they gave
oh,
the Pulitzer
David Foster
to for a
Wallace.
previous book?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, David Foster Wallace wrote this fucking amazing, gigantic, crazy book. And then he got thrown offers everywhere to write more, but he's like, I don't have any more in me. That's all I wanted to do was write that book. So he became like a teacher. He was unfulfilled with being a teacher, and then eventually he killed himself. So.
Crikey.
That's so sad. That's so sad.
Isn't that how Hemingway died as well? Is that like
No.
Yes, sort of.
he killed himself because like JFK asked him to do an inscription on one of his books and he didn't know what to write,
Didn't Hemingway,
and then he was like, "Well, I'm done. It's over."
Didn't Hemingway eat his gun or something?
What's your source on that, Scotty?
Yeah, I didn't know about that. Yeah.
I believe Hemingway.
I
blew
mean,
his
are you just riffing?
brains out.
No,
I thought
it's a story
Hemingway
that I heard.
killed
It's an
himself.
anecdote that I heard.
I
I've
thought
never
Hemingway
ever heard
ended
that.
it
It's
over-
fascinating.
Wasn't it over like a true love thing for Hemingway? Like,
God, no, it was cancer.
Well, Hemingway killed himself. He was in Cuba, right? And then he blew his brains out with a gun.
Yeah, he used a shotgun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he used a shotgun.
Well, he killed himself.
Nobody
anyway. I mean,
nobody does that with a shotgun.
I don't know what.
No,
he
Hunter S.
used,
Thompson
but
did.
He blew his
Hunter S.
brains out
Thompson.
with a
So did Kurt
No.
Cobain.
No.
Yeah.
No, and no.
What?
Anyway.
Okay, Courtney Love killed Kurt Cobain.
Are we gonna
Well,
talk
she
about
paid
how
somebody
people
to kill
killed
him.
themselves?
All right.
This is
Oh
hilarious.
my. Yeah,
so-
because she couldn't have been there because.
Anyway,
It wasn't
life
possible.
goals. Yay.
Yeah.
Yay!
Bulls don't.
Anyway,
don't-
Scotty, that's really
No.
a great story. I mean, really
Yeah.
great story.
Everything. I've accomplished everything that I've set out to do. And
My
I
life
do still
goals,
have goals.
yeah.
I like. What
Wait,
was the
okay.
biggest one?
Then I guess you're next.
Yeah, me.
I have my goal in mind
Wait,
whenever
wait.
I get it.
Okay.
Whenever I get a turn.
And yet we're listening to
Yes,
Scotty
EVP.
now. Amazing.
Yeah,
yes,
we are.
yes, I didn't say we weren't. Okay.
No, it's cool, buddy. And you know what? One of the goals that I set out is that I'm going to answer this question. And
Well, that's
so
a good
just,
goal.
Yeah, I know, right? It's going to be accomplished. So, yeah, no,
Yeah, see, you're already following Ben's great advice.
God.
exactly. Small baby steps. And so, yeah, no, I wanted to go to Australia. I did, and I got some great side prizes in being able to go to Vietnam and seeing that part of the world. I still want to go to Europe. In terms of career accomplishments, I have none of those. I've never had those. I have never had any career goals whatsoever. Existence in itself is such a joy and a pleasure that, I don't care about having a big pile of stuff. Although if you'd like to send me a She-Hulk, that would be a goal.
I was just wondering about that earlier today. I wonder if Scotty got his She-Hulk. He must have because he's shut up about it.
No, I just stopped begging for it.
Would Scotty have the twerking She-Hulk or just like the regular She-Hulk?
I've looked. I would get a life doll. Don't they have like life dolls now? You can get them.
Wait a minute. You've changed the parameters of this request.
Well, no, because they're all unreasonable. Anyway. No, I'm happy. I'm happy with the goals that I've accomplished. I have more goals. I can't wait to see Europe. I want to go to the Smod Castle. I want to go to the Enterprise in Ticonderoga. I've got things that I want to do. Just don't rush me. That's all.
Well, those are super cool. We all need to go to the Smod Castle together.
Yeah.
We have to meet there. It's a quest.
I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
see.
in New Jersey. It's in Red Bank. I want
Okay,
to go.
before Oh, right, the theater. The theater. Yes, it would make sense for us to meet at a theater.
I think so.
So, what about you, Canadian Spider-Man? You also like to travel, but what kind of goals do you have for the remainder of your life?
Yeah, I think, as I said, I want to go to Greece and Egypt. Those are the last real places that I've had long term as a goal. To go see. I'd like to go see the pyramids in particular and the Acropolis. I love history, and so those two would be big. And I would like to become fluent in Japanese. That would be.
See, that's a great goal. That's a great goal. Yeah. Like
Nowhere
learning the
near.
language is a fucking great goal.
I'm 2 out of 10 at best right now, so I'd like to become.
That's not bad. That's a good start.
It's a start, but I'd like to be like 9, 8.
But it's so hard to stay fluent in it when you're not, once you learn it. Because I spent a year learning Catalan because I was going to spend some time in Spain, and I did. And I learned Catalan, and I was able to make my way around Spain speaking Catalan. That was 15 years ago, and like I don't practice it anymore. So I know the basics, but I don't. I don't remember what I used to know, and that's weird that left my memory.
It's still in there.
Wow, that is a great goal. I should know Spanish.
Ditto.
That's my
I should at
family
least start.
language.
God, I tried to watch on the TV, but they speak so fast.
Sí, claro.
It's such a fast language. It's crazy.
So what about yeah, and those are great goals. And I'm sure you live your life as an adventure Spidey. So I'm sure just like Bruce, Ben, you'll find new goals as you go along too. So what about you, Bruce?
As far as cars concerned, I put in the chat I drive a 2018 Subaru WRX, and I absolutely am just to the moon with that car. I love that car. I'm knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone here. Goals
Crazy
like
about
that.
a Subaru.
I love that Subaru. It's so fun.
The goal is to get the car, right?
No, I have the car.
Oh, got it.
I'm driving it right now. I want another one. Same year, no sensors, no screaming me if I don't buckle up my seatbelt. Just let me shift through the gears and clutch around and just enjoy myself, because that's what I like to do. As far as goals are concerned, there's a guy that we bought his work truck from him because his wife has got a really bad situation. She's got lung disease, or not a lung disease. She has replacement lungs that are not long. She's had these lungs in her body for 9 years. The doctors install these lungs whenever you have bad lungs, and they say, these will last you about 5 years. Good luck. And
holy moly.
She's getting close to the end, and he's wanting to get out of the business. There's some heavy equipment he's got. He's got a couple businesses involved with plumbing. I have friends that are plumbers. So if I were to buy his business, I would have like 2 or 3 new plumbing businesses under my belt, and I would have about $1 million of heavy equipment. And I would be in control of the list of stuff that I have to do, because I'm already doing the list of stuff that he was doing before. Since we bought his truck, we throw money to him just as like a thing, just for like, patronage. Like, we can't afford to buy everything from me. We'll buy the truck for $100K, and we did that. But he's wanting to get out and he's wanting to sell. I want to buy it just so nobody else gets the list. I live by spite. I don't know about the rest of you. I live from one moment of pissing people off to the next. Sadly, my wife has been the target of that here, it seems like, in the last year, and I apologize to her profusely, but she's putting up with me very well, and I like that.
Yeah, you know what?
Just let her have the last word now and then.
I gotta say,
I want you.
Spite's not a bad list to have. I have very few people on the list, but I do.
I do want to for you to continue, but I do need to say goodnight. first to part-time
Bye.
planting. Gotta go.
Oh.
Stuff to be done. See you next time.
See ya.
Nice.
Part-time planting.
Easy.
Hey, happy planting to you.
But I want to buy this business from them because it'll give me job security. I don't have to worry about somebody else buying it and giving it to their truck driver, and I could have like about $250,000 in revenue all year if I continue to improve and stay hungry. But
You
that's the
are
thing.
an evil incorporated CEO. I thought you were joking.
Let me tell you, sweetheart, if you get involved with septic and sanitation, it gets in your veins, and you realize just how lucrative it is to be around people and just milk it off them because, like, oh, you need your septic tank pump? Yeah. Well, I'll be there at about 3 in the afternoon, and I'll pump it for $400.
Yep.
Or if it's bigger than 1,000 gallons, it goes up because I don't own the dump, so I got to pay them to unload.
Oh, Bruce, really quick, just because you made me think of it. So in San Clemente, where I grew up down in Southern California, there was this homeless guy that was really cool. He just kind of had a rough go of it or whatever. He would kind of walk around the neighborhoods. He was a nice guy. Everybody talked to him, but out of nowhere, he inherited some kind of dump truck from some family member. It was like hauling away like dirt and stuff like that. So he inherited this and he ended up like from the ground up taking the truck and turning it into a business. Like, those businesses will haul away your stuff for you or whatever, your dirt, your trash, whatever. It's an interesting story because with inheriting that truck, like he got himself back up and actually became, a business owner. So
It's like junk 1-800, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's one of those things. We'll take away your shit for you. Just call us,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, sorry.
So, no, I mean, there's money in that stuff, and a lot of people don't want to do that. They just look at their job that's dead-ended them for 10 or 20 years, and they're like, I'm good where I'm at. I'm okay with the same depressing life and the same dreams. I'm okay tomorrow because I'm comfortable. And don't ever get comfortable. Like, the moment you get comfortable, that's the moment you're like, I'm just a cashier. I'm just a night shift manager at Bill Miller's. I'm just a dumb whatever the fuck you want to settle for. And the thing is that the moment
Would you call me Wonka?
The thing is, the moment you settle, the moment you get comfortable, that's the moment that you've killed every dream worth having.
Well, that depends on what your dreams are, man.
Yeah, and a lot of people.
Yeah, unless your dream is to get comfortable.
Yeah.
But the thing is that you can get comfortable.
Exactly. That's a good point, Ben. Also, though.
But you can get comfortable, but you can't stay satiated. You have to keep moving. And so if I were
I agree, 100%
involved with that, the moment I got that, not saying that these streams with me on them would end, but you wouldn't see me so much because I'd be having to broker deals, trying to get my guys going, trying to figure out how to put this equipment to use, and it would be kind of more of a rat race for me, but at the same time, it would be very rewarding because, like, okay, now I'd have the house I want. Now I'd be able to buy my wife's car outright, and she wouldn't have to have another fucking payment on it. So she wouldn't have to worry about the fact, like, oh, I only got 32 hours this week. It's going to be tough, and so all of these things would happen, and I'd be able to reward the guys that have worked for my buddy Jesse for so long. I'd be able to give his boys a raise because, like, I don't want them to leave. So let me insulate myself and not have to fucking hire somebody else, at least for a while, because I know that that's the one thing that a lot of people, they see a business owner give it up to somebody else, and they're like, man, I don't like this guy, or I don't know this guy. I don't trust this guy.
Well, the truth is, maybe a lot of people don't have the business mindset, and they don't necessarily want to own a business, and so then they don't think about it that way.
You don't have to have a $4 million or $3 million or $6 million business or $100,000 business. You just have to have the drive to fucking want to get up tomorrow, put your boots on, and go do something.
Mm-hmm.
That way, you don't have to go suck dick for a sandwich.
Hey, how else are you going to get a sandwich?
I saw a button recently that said,
But you guys
3
understand
years,
what I'm
3
saying.
years for an MBA, and nobody told me about sucking dick.
They gave a whole new meaning to the 6-inch sub right there.
There it is. There it is.
I just hate hearing people say, well, I got this job and it's not paying me what I want. And I'm like, fix it? Like,
Yeah.
fix yourself?
Well, the thing is, I got a degree at university, and I don't necessarily want to do that anymore. So I've got to figure out what I want to do next. So I'm kind of still,
Man, did you ever watch
still
that
looking
show,
around, still
Avenue
thinking.
Q?
Avenue Q. I have
No,
not
Jill.
watched Avenue Q.
Oh my God. Put that on the list, Scotty. Avenue
Okay.
Q is a Sesame Street
It's
play.
Dirty Muppets.
It's Dirty
Oh, it's
Muppets.
a satire.
But-
It's a satire musical.
But it
Broadway.
uses its
Off
message
Broadway.
very well.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Because
Meet the Feebles.
all of these people
Oh no, Meet the Feebles is better.
are on Avenue Q, and they're disenfranchised with life. They thought life would be better. They went out and got their bachelor's degree in arts or whatever, and then they got to be part of the world, and they just kind of got stuck. And they just accepted, like, oh, I'm going to go home after my crappy job and just go look at porn all night, or I'll go watch movies and
all
not
night.
really
I gotta
struggle
cook.
to do stuff. And they just got very comfortable. It's a very good play. It's really good. It does have a little message to it. There's a lot of blue collar in it, but it's aimed at the collegiate crowd of the 2000s.
Yes.
And I'm
But
surprised that you
It's
guys
South
haven't
Park
seen it.
fans.
It's not
Well-
this discussion. It's not always about somebody getting comfortable and not having the drive to move forward. A lot of people, everybody's different. A lot of people are scared or nervous. It's not necessarily always like I'm comfortable where I am. It's more like I'm nervous to venture out and try this. Like, and that's valid. I don't blame anybody for not, having the stones to do something that could F their whole life up if they don't do it correctly. So a lot of people are just nervous about stuff.
I
like
empathize.
Well, and since I have a family, so my goals are tied to them. And like Ben said, we do things one by one. I do have my computer science degree to fall on if I absolutely have to. Go back and do programming, I still could, or I could do IT, which might be a little easier. And we have a house we paid off, and a goal right now is essentially just raising our children, making sure they have a good education and know
Well-
how to have their own goals. And so now my goals are also tied to the goals of two
and that's
little
the
people.
best goal you can have.
Yeah, that really is going to pay off the most, Jill.
Yes.
But
And so I'm still working out what I want to do, and hopefully it has something to do with this. And like you said, I know that I need to make some kind of business out of it, but I don't know what that is just yet. But
it'll be a while. You'll figure
the ultimate goal though that we have is to have a house after the kids are grown up that either has a lake or has enough land that we can build one.
Wow.
So that was
I
my
didn't know you wanted to buy a lake.
Just real quick. I mean, I'm from the center of the middle of the Commonwealth of Illinois. I mean, the common man of Illinois, the middle of agriculture land where all the other jobs shut down, and there was no need to stay any further because there was nothing to stay for except for family. And while I love my mom and dad, and I hadn't really gotten married yet, hadn't had kids yet, so I made my way down to Texas in 2011. And I lived with my cousin. I was on her couch for about a year, went in the oil field, got my certification, started going up, tripled my income from like $27,000 a year because I'd never been over that. And in Texas, if you're willing to work long hours, you have a green light to whatever the fuck you want to do. And a lot of people don't have that ability because they're parents, etc. But my mentality is I did that at 36, almost beyond the point of even trying to start all over again. Now I'm 50 and I know sanitation. I'm working on getting my tradesman certificate for plumbing, and I'm looking at trying to figure out how can I get my buddy Jesse to like, listen, I can do this much, my bank will give me this much, and we can work on the rest of this. If I can do that, that's job security for me. I love sanitation. I know that sounds crazy, but I have soap. I don't have to
I hope
worry
it works
about
out for you.
I love hearing you talk about that because I could tell you're like a go-getter, and you're kind of like me. You like to move a lot. You're never really satisfied. Like I can't sit still. I'm always looking for work or doing extra work or whatever. So I love hearing that stuff. And sanitation is it's so viable. It's so important. Of course, like that's a great sorry, Joe. That's a great field to get into.
And I apologize about the language, Jill. I'm
Oh
sorry.
no,
Yeah,
that's okay. Okay, so it looks like PvP has to leave, but before he goes, I want him to be able to answer the question so he can get out of here. He needs to go, and I don't want to make him wait. So let's get that going.
I don't really want to leave, but I'm getting very
Something we'd be interested in knowing about you is this is a question from Old Man Bird. Something we'd be interested in knowing about you panelists is whether you've already accomplished everything you've set out to do, or if you have a really big goal that you're currently working at.
Well,
and it could also be small goals, like Ben said.
The best thing I accomplished was getting my Bachelor of Fine Arts degree about 35 years ago. I went to art college for 4 years, and fuck, it was tough. I mean, anybody that thinks college is easy has never gone to college. Like, it was a lot of fucking work, and I did get my degree in fine arts, and I know quite a bit about fine arts. Not that anybody on here ever wants to talk about that, but I'm always happy to. That was probably the peak. I haven't done that much since then, which is kind of I know I kind of let myself down, but yeah, that's probably my peak was going to art school and getting my degree. So yeah,
It's never too late for a new goal, bud.
I haven't I haven't picked up my paintbrush in like 8 years.
Oh, there's your goal. That's true. That is what you want to do. Is you want to paint again.
Yeah, I need to get painting again. Exactly, Jill. Yeah.
And so, is there anything you want to share with us before you go to promote anything that you're doing online?
No, I don't really need. I don't need to go. I might.
I think you need to go.
Oh, you're kicking me out.
No, I'm not kicking you out. I'm just saying you are sleepy, and I just can tell when it's time.
Okay, I was just gonna hang in the background if that's okay.
You can. So you have nothing to promote, and okay, so we'll see you next time.
No, I got
Thank you so much for being here.
Nothing to promote. Nothing going on right now.
Okay, thanks for being here tonight, and we'll see you next time. Good night.
See ya, PvP. Have a good night, man.
Good night, PvP.
Good night.
Good evening.
Let's go. There we are.
Who posed that question in the first place? That was a good question.
Old Man Bird.
That was Old Man Bird. Yeah, Old
really...
Man Bird wanted all of us to consider our lives and where we are going with them.
Never been asked that on any stream.
To play Queen
I
to the whole world. Let the whole
yes,
world
it's
hear about my family.
Yes, oh my goodness. Hello.
Yes.
Good night or good morning. Do you guys meet every Saturday night? Please put the response in the chat. I am what? Oh.
No, this is kind of special. Don't you do this once a month now, Jill?
I do it once a month, and this wasn't even the day. It's supposed to be later in the month. This is the special one that happened spontaneously. Sometimes the shore leave happens out of nowhere, and this is one of the out of nowhere streams.
Shore leave.
So, yes. Okay, so I gotta type 2 in the chat. Not. This is a spontaneous stream. Yeah. But we do it once a month. On the 3rd Saturday of every month. And that's the answer. Good to see you, TS. And let's see. Hello and welcome. We do get together here on one of our panelist channel. That's true. And if I'm not streaming, we have other friends here who stream Canadian Spider-Man.
Yeah, Ben.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Ben has some Wednesdays, mini Wednesdays. He will stream.
Wednesdays, yeah.
Most Wednesdays. Yeah, most Wednesdays Ben has a stream.
Yeah, most Wednesday.
Every-
I've been busy lately, but we try to. Scotty holds down the fort a lot of the times, but
and
usually Wednesdays. Yeah.
And Thursdays we have Canadian Spider-Man and the Phantasmagorium. It's great. Listen, if you want to know who's streaming, and I check my community tab. I got everybody. I share as many as I can, as many of the streams as I can that I think are worthwhile, that I know about, and you might be hidden from YouTube, and I think it's important to share out your friends because YouTube doesn't do a very good job of sharing the good stuff. And so I didn't. Oh, okay. Nim Nim says I didn't use my BA in English much when I was working in the chicken factory. Yeah, fair enough.
That's hard. That's hard.
That makes sense.
You mean in English class they didn't teach you bucket? Sorry, that was so bad. That was so bad.
It was adorable. It was the cute joke. Yes. Oh, okay. Illinois used to be good 40 years ago. Now it's the worst. Texas is full of opportunities and good food. Yeah, well, we're glad you're here in Texas, old man bird.
Yeah, I've heard Illinois has gotten specifically Chicago's gotten really bad. I guess I was lucky because that's where I went to college in 2005, and it was a great city, amazing city, so full of culture and fun, and yeah, it was great. I guess now it's a lot different, and it's very sad. But,
you know what I like better in Chicago is Milwaukee. Have you been in Milwaukee?
I haven't been to Milwaukee. I don't know if anyone here has.
I have not. No.
I think Milwaukee's got more festival days than Chicago does. I'm willing to.
Wow, that's a bold statement. Like festivals in Chicago are like
there's a Red Letter Media that they talk about for 9 minutes all the things that go on in Milwaukee throughout the year. It's the first 10 minutes of their Captain Marvel review in 2019, but they go for 9 minutes talking about the various festivals and food festivals and
I remember that.
And they don't stop for 9 minutes talking about Milwaukee's food culture. And then they review for Captain Marvel, and it's just it's great.
Mike from Red Letter Media, actually, I went to the same college that he did and got the exact same degree, but he graduated a year before I got there. But
he seems like a very personable guy.
Wow.
He's a riot.
I love that channel. It's amazing. Max Redstone says it's still Scotty's fault. Wow.
That makes sense. That checks out.
Okay. As long as you agree.
Yep.
I think.
Yeah, Max Redstone, my boy.
I think you're more at fault yesterday than today.
That's where I went to college, Columbia College, Chicago, man. Oh, Max Redstone, dude, you're the man. You knew it.
Yes. Good night,
great
PvP. I'm so
film
glad
program,
you
man.
were able to join us for some time. And old Milwaukee. Wow. Okay. Wait. Oh,
Sorry,
I guess
Jill,
maybe
I
Max
saw-
Redstone knows about it.
Jill, I saw my alma mater and I just blew up. So sorry about
Yes,
that.
Max Redstone says Columbia College represent. And what are the
Yeah.
chances our good friend Ben here has been there as well?
Yep.
I don't have any old Milwaukee with me, but I do got this Miller High Life in a 7-ounce
I
bottle.
understand it's the champagne of bottled beers.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
$4.95 at HEB, Tiger.
Yeah, everything's $4.95 these days.
And I think this was something that Canadian Spider-Man wanted to add at the end of his discussion about his goals in life. He says, I don't believe in the afterlife, Jill, so since I've only got one life, it better be the best possible. Maximum effort, to quote a fellow Canuck.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Deadpool.
Deadpool's not Canadian.
Yes, he is.
No,
Ryan Reynolds
is Canadian, but
He's the one that said the line, damn it.
All right. No,
Yeah.
Wolverine's Canadian.
Yes, but Ryan Reynolds is Canadian, who played Deadpool, and his voice is the one ringing in my ears saying that line.
All right.
Now, if
We'll allow
anybody,
it.
He's been infected by Blake Lively. I just can't stand that shit.
Yeah.
It is a pity.
now, if any of you ever go to the city of Austin, maybe some of you are very familiar with it, but there's little food truck painted with blue and yellow colors. Now that I think about it, it looks like the Ukrainian flag, but don't worry about that. Boteco food truck over on 7th Street, just east of I-35. If you've ever wanted Brazilian cooking for less than $18, it might be $20 right now, he sells you a sauteed and seared skirt steak with some plantains and rice and a little bit of pico. If you've ever wanted good food that you didn't have to pay out the nose for, Boteco food truck in Austin. I just got reminded of that. Like, oh God, somebody might be going to Austin soon, and you should go there. You can even say Bruce sent you, but it's an amazing meal.
I don't have any plans to go to Austin soon, but if I do, I'll try to remember that. I'm fairly close. I mean, close enough.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sashi, he's back home. Was summoned by talk of food. Malaysians are crazy for food. If you look up YouTube travel vlogs on Malaysia, it's mostly food. And that
welcome back.
Steak and plantains.
Steak and bananas?
Yeah.
Plantains aren't bananas.
No, they're not.
Banana-like, but they're not bananas.
They look like bananas. They look like
they
little
do look
tiny
like bananas.
bananas.
They're delicious.
The Marks, or Groucho Marx could still use one, and it would work.
And part-time planting isn't here anymore, but we're gonna read the dream here anyway. My dream is to take a selfie in space and don't look outside once. So we're back to Katy Perry.
There were
That's
other
what I
people
want,
in there
yeah.
besides Katy Perry.
Low orbit and checking my notifications. That's exactly what I want to do.
Don't forget to hold up your daisy.
I won't forget my daisy.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we have that joke about for the next 5 years.
The next 5 years?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's so rare that Amazon throws anything up in the atmosphere. I believe today, Tesla's thrown up, SpaceX has thrown up another rocket today.
Oh yeah.
Oh great. Do you know it's
when I just saw my Twitter, they've got a rocket on the pad right now.
Oh, it hasn't gone off yet. What's the mission for this one? Do you know?
I have no idea. I didn't read into it. I just was like thumbs up, scroll. I admire him for doing so much in space exploration and so much for the transportation industry, but I have nothing. I used to want to be an astronaut until I turned like 10, and then I realized like space would probably be like going to the ocean, where like you could probably find something that would eat you. So I thought, no.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work, but not only that. Yes, you're in danger from all the radiation that's all over the place.
And then after that, you wanted to be a Transformer or Superman.
What was it? When I was in middle school, I wanted to be a radio disc jockey because the WKRP hit syndication again.
WKRP, I love that show because of Scotty. He taught me about it.
Yeah, and it's
So it
funny
says-
because I always wanted to be a bartender because of Cheers, and then I was, and it was great.
So
and then I realized that I hated other people, and so I stopped doing that.
There's a website called Space Flight Now that tells us what the Falcon 9 is doing today. Starlink 684 is going to launch in just in just a few minutes. What?
Maybe if I owned the bar, I would like
4:54 a.m. Eastern time. So yeah, so just not too long from now, in just 44 minutes it's going to launch. But it's going to launch some satellites into low Earth orbit. So satellites, they're going to do
I'd
something.
say we stay on and cover it.
Yeah.
If we do, we do. I'd be okay with that.
That'd actually be pretty cool.
Yeah. There's let me see what they're saying. They're talking about the cloud coverage.
That was rather profuse when I was outside.
You know what? It's not launching in 40 minutes. They're talking about the clouds being too much right now.
No, sad.
Well, no, Jill, let's just say it is, and we'll do a fake broadcast, and we'll. Oh my God, there it goes.
Like War of the Worlds.
Okay. Let me just draw a pretend rocket and
I can
animate
see
it.
Katy
Fine.
Perry's bubblegum ball or whatever. Fucking. Yeah.
Hey, Brent Frail is here. I've just got home and sat down, exhausted. My cat is trying to grab strawberries out of my shopping bags at the other end of the room. Aw, that's so cute. Why? She's not supposed to eat strawberries. She wants the cat food. But hey, Ben, yeah, great to see you. But yeah, hopefully that launches. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to be around. Oh man. Okay, I was afraid that was gonna happen. We'll just do this then.
What's wrong?
No, nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. Everything is fine. Everything is totally fine.
Well, you did say, "Oh man," and that makes us go, "What?"
Well, we should all be aware of it if we're paying attention, but it's all good. We don't have to talk about it.
You don't have to talk about it. What we have to talk about is Nim says, didn't Jennifer Lawrence circumnavigate the globe before Magellan?
I believe that's true.
That's sweet true.
Sigourney
Jennifer
Weaver.
Lawrence.
What
an
idiot. Sigourney Weaver, like, get the okay from Jennifer Lawrence to go do Aliens?
I think that's a fact, actually. Yes, she did.
On the internet.
Gosh, she's just a pioneer. It's just we have to accept this.
Oh dear.
I just got home. Yeah, okay, we read that one. Did you see the clip from Katy Perry's concert? What a pioneer. No, I didn't.
Oh my. That was the one I saw where she looked like she was having a seizure. But then they said she was dancing.
Oh.
Wow.
That's very old news.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I don't know. I didn't see the clip.
Let me see.
So you're going to be the one.
Or is it
It's
new
kinda
news? Maybe it's new news. I
So,
know there's
part-time
footage of her
Tarantino,
very specifically with one eye shut and one eye open.
Not
People
that
were
one.
saying, a couple of years ago that was a side effect of the shot.
Oh, other people were saying, that she's a clone and she was malfunctioning. Obviously, just a joke, but
It was
I
peculiar.
thought that was funny.
So is this something
It's
new?
just, I think I don't know if it was actually, I don't know if it's medical or it's also possible there's like some glue on your eye that from like the false eyelashes or something.
I
Right?
thought it would be like the false eyelashes that were not looking good.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
Oh,
some
look at
people have
this.
the ability to do that. They just have that kind of muscle control, and they can do that. And
But that wouldn't that appear more like a wink if it were deliberate?
depends on how much control you have and how good you are
Okay.
at it.
Okay, so so Canadian Spider-Man wants to bring it back to the original thing that we were talking about on the beginning of the live stream, which was the Tesla vehicle. But before we talk about this interior of the vehicle, I want to say hello to Outlaw Bill, who says, "This Thursday is my 5th anniversary, starting year 6. Wow, happy anniversary coming up this Thursday for Outlaw Bill."
anniversary.
Nice.
No.
Congratulations.
He also says
Oh.
no blue.
No, definitely no blue.
Does anyone ever just get regular Oreos anymore, or they just get double stuffed?
Double stuffed Oreos?
Yeah,
My
double
brother
stuffed.
eats them, and he wants regular. I buy him.
I see so many flavors now. There's like peanut butter ones and strawberry ones. and pumpkin ones, but just the regular for me.
Not
They
in
have
Canada.
golden ones that they pretend are healthier, but there's nothing healthy about it.
Yeah, no,
No
they
matter
call them
what
like
flavor.
thin or whatever, like
I
thin
like the
Oreos.
thins. The thins are tasty. I like the crunch.
So, Canadian Spider-Man, you're showing us. See, we talked about the Tesla earlier, but we didn't look inside of it, and so he wants us to see inside.
Right. I've seen a lot of pictures of the outsides. Everyone always shows the outsides, and I thought maybe we could be different here on Jill's channel and show the
It looks
inside.
about just as bland as the outside does.
It looks cool. I'm not sorry for saying that. It's got a lot of pickup. It got like what?
I'm
9
just-
horse,
Where are the buttons?
all on the screen.
Yeah.
Wow.
That everything
terrible.
Tesla is on the screen.
So do you have
I
to
don't
use
like the
facial
wheel either.
recognition to hit the ignition? Like, how do you brake? Do you just yell brake?
Yes.
There's a brake, there's an accelerator.
No, I know there's pedals. I know.
Ready, break.
That's all you have, though. It is as basic as it gets. It's basically you're playing a PS1 game or a PS2 game.
I would love to go to a
dear.
drive-in in one of these. See what the
Okay.
sound system is like.
I was gonna say, do you think you could have sex in one?
You know what? It would go on my business card if I
You
did.
can have
I'd
sex
fix it
anywhere,
inside
dude,
my
if
truck.
you really want it.
That's true. Broom closet.
It just depends on how motivated you are to do it. Max
Yeah, it's like-
Redstone says,
Yes.
member. He's been a member for 16 months. Actually, that's all. I'm saying.
Fantastic. I'm sure that's all
Amazing.
my fault.
That's
You know-
all Scotty's fault.
I'm very certain you could have sex in that. That's an Elon vehicle. He's had 14 kids. He would not make a vehicle that
No,
would
you're
not
right.
be possible.
10 of them conceived in the back seat of one of those. Yeah, I'm sure.
Disgusting. Like he's
The
about
most
as
recent
sexy as
one
I
was
am, but he's just got money.
Bring back Hydrox.
Hydrox, yeah, it's a dollar store Oreo.
Oh, I didn't know what that was. Okay.
It's
It's
Not
blander
dollar
than
store, just a clone.
Yeah.
From back in the day, in the 60s,
Yeah.
they were a high.
It's like
were
it's like the RC Cola.
They taste better to me than an Oreo does.
Oh my
Well,
God, Dagger
I'm
Stripes,
not an
you're a
Oreo
lady
fan.
culture.
Well, it's Max says it's blander than Ned Flanders.
That's the interior of this car, this truck.
Yeah, that's what he's
Yeah,
saying.
it's pretty blah.
Do you know the whole thing? I used to play an arcade game.
Yeah, me
God,
neither,
based
Daniel. I
on
think we're
where
too
you
young.
would, where you would triangulate your shots.
The Star Wars.
Tail gunner, and you know
Ooh.
the angles are just sort of very 80s arcade game. Just the
That's it. That's
the
what it
ang- The
is.
fractals. It's
Yeah.
God.
I think Elon just wants us to, you
is that
know,
the steering wheel?
Yeah.
yes.
No.
Holy
That's not much of
jeez.
that's not much of a steering wheel, is it?
No,
No,
like you-
speaking of arcade games, it looks like an arcade
When-
game
it
thing.
does.
Star Wars
Yeah.
arcade game where you blow up the Death Star.
Yeah.
I thought you'd seen the steering wheel since you said it was like a video game. I know you meant the chairs, but yeah, no, that's that is a video game controller.
Have you ever played pole position? Well, you're qualified to drive this vehicle.
No, pole position has the shifter. This doesn't.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, yeah.
I fucking hate new vehicles. They're all automatics. Boring as shit.
Yeah,
God,
man.
I've got
I
this
miss
brand new
it.
jet fighter. Oh, it's got a fucking it auto installs a autopilot on me, so I don't have to touch the stick. That's what it basically fucking
God,
is.
in high school, I had a 4-wheel drive stick shift Jeep. Oh God, Jeep Comanche. That thing was awesome.
I love those old Jeeps, man.
Me
That's
too,
insane.
man. That thing
No
was a beast.
physical link to the wheels. That's nuts.
What? Really?
Is that true?
Well,
Bluetooth.
Sashi. Okay, so
Bluetooth.
Tech Strips is responding to Sashi in the chat, who says, "I'm not confident in the steering of the Cybertruck. No physical link to the wheels." And is that true for the regular Teslas as well? And that's why
I
you're
believe
worried
it's
about.
all sensor. No rods.
Oh, hey,
That's-
Jill. Hey, Jill. I
Whoa, I
just
don't like that either.
Jill. I just realized it's May the 4th.
It is. Daniel
It
reminded
is.
us.
Yes.
Oh, did he?
It is.
Oh, okay.
Yes, good old Daniel.
Yeah.
May the 4th be with all of us.
And also with you. It looks like the vehicle from Moon Patrol. Daniel says, "This looks like the car of the future." Ever positive, Daniel.
Uh-huh.
That's why we keep him around. He you know.
Do you want to see a cop car from the future, Jill?
Sashi says if you wreck it, you can salvage some gaming chairs. And let's welcome. Yeah, let's see the. Wait, what? What is this?
Huh?
Yeah,
I don't
well,
know.
they did a Tesla cop car.
Okay.
Wait, what?
I actually went and watched a bit of this. There's a short you can watch too. You want the
dear.
URL for the short?
What is that?
What?
But,
Yeah, what's
it's
going on?
super weird.
I don't know.
I think that was the person controlling the asteroid in Armageddon.
Here, I'll
Oh,
put
dear.
this URL in the.
I don't know. I'm confused. I want
scared.
to say hello
Why
to
is
Max.
she doing that? That's a white person. Stop that. You're not a caller.
It's super weird.
I thought I was going to
It's
see
off
a
the
cop car.
rails. It's super tacky too.
It looks like the vehicle for Moon Patrol.
Moon Patrol.
How's that? That looks cool. The Ontario Provincial Police, Scotty, they have this where you are.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
Oh, so that's real.
That's real. The Ontario Provincial Police have unlimited funds, don't they, Scotty?
Freaking RoboCop to come
I
out of
reckon
that
they
thing.
do.
That's
It looks like a
disgusting.
spear from Blade Runner.
Yeah,
very
more
Blade
like
Runner.
yeah, it's very Blade
Oh
Runner.
my
Yeah,
God.
I wonder if it flies. Probably not.
This is such a good
Probably
stream.
No.
That's
It actually
very
pulls over
interesting.
people who are flying.
What's up, Max?
Thanks,
What's
Canadian
up?
Spider-Man.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hi, Max.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Max.
Max Redstone.
Welcome to the stream. Although,
Hi, everybody.
I-
Can you hear me?
yeah,
Loud and
yeah,
clear.
we can hear you.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
good.
Wow. thank you for
Hooray!
showing- Well, it's a cop car. What do you think about it, Canadian Spider-Man? You put it up there.
Well, I think I like the idea of the police having electric vehicles. Absolutely. I think that's a great idea. They often don't start in really cold temperatures. And I know that they are heavy and they definitely get stuck in snow a lot. So just for the hilarity of it all, I think that will be fun.
I knew you were going. With that, man.
It's Canada, brought to you by Mark Carney.
Yeah. The thing about police cars is like it's always supposed to be durability. Back in the day, there used to be a hint of an intimidation factor, like cop cars, but
The
like
black
they were
and
never
white
supposed
would
to be
make you jerk
trendy
your
or
head.
interesting looking. They were supposed to be able to go fast, move around, turn fast, shit like that. And it's like, okay, fine, this looks cool, but what is it? Why does it look like that? Like, if there's a
It doesn't
reason,
look
if there's an actual
special.
reason behind it, that's great, But
I mean, it has the push bar, but that's
it
it.
accelerates.
Well, I hope you can be around when one of these things gets stuck in the snow, Spidey, and you can videotape it for all of us.
It's gonna get caught. It's gonna get tripped up like ED-209 in RoboCop.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you put some
down the stairs.
Oh my gosh, that's just what. Could you read this, Ben, from Sashi? You guys were thinking it's the same thing.
If you put legs on it and some weapons on the side, it could look like ED-209.
You have 15 seconds to comply.
Yeah.
Mr. Kinney's death was one of the greatest deaths in all of cinema history.
Dude, oh my God, that's so, well, Paul Verhoeven is the master of squibs.
Yeah.
Like, there's no better squibs than RoboCop and Total Recall. It's just
Yeah.
never.
Upgrades, repairs for 15 years. Who cares if it worked? Ronnie Cox. Come
That's
on.
so great. Fucking Ronnie Cox. Who cares if it works?
It works.
That's a good pull, man. That's funny.
Well, the concern I would have for at the police station, I know that you need to be able to charge these things fast, and so that requires a lot. You can do that, but it requires a lot of power, and I know there is a risk of catching fire, especially during charging. That is not insignificant risk. It does happen, and I know that you're supposed to space these vehicles like a good 50 feet apart minimum while they're charging to avoid spreading the fire. So like you're only going to have like 5 cop cars in any one police parking lot.
50 feet.
It's
50
ridiculous.
feet.
Have you seen the videos? Absolutely 50 feet.
Yeah, I've seen. I mean, I've seen the videos, but I didn't know 50 feet.
When they store them
Jeez.
when impound yards are storing these now, they are refusing to take them because they just don't have the space. You have to have, and I believe it is 50 feet. It might be more. It is an insane amount of distance you need while charging them in case they catch fire. If you really want to be careful when they're storing them in impound yards, they need the space all around them, and so.
Good Lord.
For fire, man, it's
they can't get some sort of like Tesla car condom to wrap them up in,
Maybe they will in the future. That's not a bad idea.
Wow, what an image.
Like a lithium prophylactic.
Oh my goodness, that's a great idea.
I do know that the truck doesn't have the linkage because a friend of mine got underneath it and got confused.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the steering linkage?
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't.
Yeah. I would like to know a little more about Tesla, but I'm not really that impressed because it's an automatic. So, nope, sorry, not mine. You can have it. Somebody says, you want a Tesla? No, I don't care.
There's not much to know. They're expensive.
Garbage.
Trendy.
Well, it's like it's an electronic vehicle. It is.
If you could put a composite body to make your Tesla look like a Mustang from 1968, or if you could make it look like a Bonneville from 1978, the giant boat, if you could dress them up a little different and not make it look like I'm a nerd.
A Tesla.
Yeah,
well, that's the thing. I kind of respect Tesla because it is pushing the envelope to say, like, hey, maybe we do need to move forward with automobiles to, like, everybody thought cars were going to look like this in 2015. Cars were going to look like that in 2020, And it's like, okay, now they're actually trying to make them look different and more futuristic. They just look horrible.
No. I want my resto mods.
I'm just saying there's a slight bit of respect for, like, hey, let's finally make cars look futuristic. But dude, I'll never buy one.
Really
I want
want
my
a
Jeep.
car
I want
that's
my Jeep.
aerodynamic. It kind of has to look like what the car talk guys used to say. It has to be suppository shaped. My car is
Well, we're
shaped
trying
like
to
that.
get
My
to the
car,
2015 of Back to the Future.
My car looks like the future.
We're still trying to get there.
So are you saying that the Wienermobile is the height of automotive design?
That's right. No,
Yes, that is absolutely the conclusion from this conversation. Kashi says, I just checked the specs on the Model S. It has a mechanical link.
Yeah, the other models have mechanical link, but the Cybertruck does not.
It's just a Cybertruck.
It's fly by wire.
That's so scary. So that's a big fat no on a Cybertruck. I don't care if it's 1,000 horsepower.
I'm so glad.
I wish I was an Oscar Mayer wiener. That is what I really want to be.
I would actually rather have the Monarch Mobile from Venture Brothers.
I'm so glad that Scotty got me to have a stream about a car that I wasn't in danger of buying, but also convinced me even further to never buy it.
Yeah, that's the goal. This is a cautionary tale.
Hey, you can get a Tesla Model S Plaid, the 40s now used.
Daniel wants his hoverboard. Where's Daniel's hoverboard?
Yeah, where's the hoverboard?
There was never any hoverboard. It was all bullshinto by Ben sold to you so you'd buy So you'd
I've
buy
seen
Back
a
to the
couple of
Future
people
too.
riding
I don't know
hoverboards
about
in
you guys,
Japan
but I
in
got
the
a
last
pit
couple of
bull
years.
now.
One at a
It's
time, guys. One at a
terrifying.
time. Hey.
No.
Okay, wait. Tiger
No.
Stripes had something and Ben had something. What are you saying, Tiger?
I've seen footage of people riding hoverboards like in Tokyo in the last couple of years. It looks terrifying.
Oh, but they would have to put magnets underneath everything.
I don't know
Well,
what's powering them. I think it's air.
Were they over magnetic tracks though?
I don't think so. I think
That's
it was air.
exactly what I was thinking, Max. Okay, what were you saying, Cinema Gulp?
Oh, nothing. I was just making a joke, and I heard that Scotty got it. So
I did.
What was the joke? I want to hear it.
Oh, I don't know about you. Well, in regards to the hoverboard, I said I don't know about you guys, but I got a pit bull now, and that's a little girl that in Back to the Future too. So
yeah.
Nice.
Don't take money. Don't take fame.
Don't take no
Speaking of Back to the Future, they talk about how they were a real thing, but the parents advocacy group said no.
That was a lie. I remember that too. It was like on the making of Back to the Future Part 2 special.
The family act.
I remember that as well. Yeah.
The Family Action Guild.
There is a current toy out there that says it's a hoverboard, but it's just a scooter without the handlebars.
Right.
No.
Well, that's the thing. Like the things they're calling hoverboards now are still on wheels, still grounded. So I don't really know why they're calling them that. But yeah, a real hoverboard can exist, especially to give to a kid who wants to be a skateboarder. It would be like an operational vehicle that you would have to get a driver's license to use of some sort. I'm guessing. But
yeah.
It would be a nightmare for emergency rooms.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Let me live my life. Let me enjoy this because I'm going to watch my idiot neighbor's kid completely plow into a tree at 30 feet.
Oh.
This is the same kid that ran headlong into a parked Ford Ranger on his 10 speed because he didn't understand the handles were the brakes.
Did you just say you're about to enjoy watching a kid get hurt?
Yes.
Funny. My favorite channel on Twitter is kids getting hurt. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Well, Sashi,
go ahead.
If you have technical issues on the Cybertruck, you can't even steer it to the side of the road, and so
You can let it steer itself.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Talk about a car you don't want to be driving if there's an EMP.
It's like taking away the control, deliberately taking away control from the driver in several instances. I don't understand.
Hey, who
the
gets
goodness of
this? Who gets this car reference? A crappy blue Chevy Nova.
Oh, Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you got it.
I remember you were driving a crappy blue Chevy Nova. What are you driving nowadays? Same crappy blue Chevy Nova.
I love he's trying to park it. It just starts rolling backwards.
Bev Hills Top. I think the expression was blue POS. I remember because I had to ask my friend, "What's a POS?" I didn't know at the time.
Oh,
Tiger, you are one of the gifts that we have been given. Thank you, dear.
Is this the man who wrecked my face on a Hero Cloud? What? Can you hear us? Yes, you can.
So I wanted to close out the stream right now because I actually wanted to end around 3 a.m. So I want to go around and talk to everyone about what they might want to promote and stuff on their channels. As for me, on Tuesday, I'm going to continue my Twilight Zone. On Wednesday, there's a membership stream, which is going to be a ton of fun. Then on Friday, Old Man Bird, I don't know if you're still here, Old Man Bird, but I hope you will be able to make it on Friday because we are going to talk about the movie that you asked for. We're going to talk about Xanadu.
Xanadu.
Hey, Jill, have you watched Zardoz yet?
Zardoz.
I've been. It's on my list.
Imagine Sean Connery in a red banana hammock.
Yeah,
I have seen
Zardoz. Good time, Jill. You don't need to rush to see that one.
I've seen.
Is evil.
I think I need to see it.
Yeah,
I've been convinced.
There's a
I
rape
have it
scene
on
in it.
DVD. I can't wait to watch it.
It's actually a good story in Zardoz. It
And
takes
a rape
minute.
scene.
Oh, there he is. Yes. Oh, and
that
also
they play
spoilers. It's
over
the
and
Wizard
over.
of Oz.
So,
Oh, Bruce, can you
if
tell
you watch,
us what's going on?
if you like D&D, if you like miniatures, if you like the geekier side of things, if you like nerds, do you like nerds, kids? Then you can swing over to my channel, Bruce Lombardo of Dick's Division. And I also have a Rumble account, and that's Your Buddy 75, and I also stream on X. And I like the multi-stream because it just makes sure that I don't get canceled by just one. I get canceled by all three. Anyway, so we do movie reviews on Sunday. Me and Janet, she will be gone tomorrow, so tomorrow will probably be a chill stream with Bear, a very good friend of mine who's got an IMDb. And then on Saturdays, I do run RPGs. Next Saturday, we will be running a high-level Pathfinder game with people that have been in my campaign over the past, well, I can actually say 3 decades, because Travis has known me since I was 21. And then next week, the week after next, we'll be back to my alpha test campaign, which I'm really excited because that RPG that I'm running there is really coming together well. It's like a rug. It just ties the whole room together. My name is Bruce. Thank you so much to Jill. Make sure you give a like and subscribe to Jill. And if you can swing it, subscribe to her because she's really good people. She has fantastic streams. And who knows, you might be on one of these panels trading information and opinions, and those are always fun. Thank you, Jill, once again. And thank you, panelists, for putting up with me. Thank you.
Oh, no, you're incredible, Bruce. Thank you so much for sharing everything that you did today.
You were really kind. You and Tiger and everybody else here. PvP, thank you for being such a gentleman, sir. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely. Max Redstone.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us here at the end here.
Cool.
But I know, I do know that you have something coming up that's very important.
Yeah, I have an art show. My very first art show coming up in about 6 days.
Nice.
Dude, that's awesome.
So if you're in San Diego, come by and buy something.
Yeah.
Oh, you're down in
Sure.
San Diego?
What?
You're down in San Diego? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, right on. I'm in Orange County, so not too far.
I knew that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Anyway, I still have to buy. I still have to buy stuff for my tent. It's almost like owning a house. It's like you have to buy walls, and weights, and stuff. Anyway, and I'm hoping to God my photos get done in time. So
Yes, and I hope so too. Obviously, that's the most important part. That's all that needs to be done.
Yep.
Everything else will fall together.
pretty much.
Cool. And Canadian Spider-Man, what do you have coming up this week?
Ooh, yeah. Well, I may very well do a political type stream because Canadian politics are so interesting these days, and I know you discourage Scotty from talking politics on your channel naturally, but if he does want to come talk on my channel about it, we don't care about YouTube's restrictions.
Stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And on Thursdays, I do a travel show where I show pictures that I've personally taken, and we just talk about what's in the pictures and the culture behind some of the places that I've been. So in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be doing, I think, the Western Caribbean on a Carnival cruise line. And we are probably going to be visiting somewhere over in Europe, such as Germany.
Nice.
Oh, very good choice.
And you can always find me around your channel, Jill, of course, and on Doomcock's channel, Wrenching with Yourself.
Doomcock's channel. Yes. Speaking of Doomcock's channel, he has that secondary pop culture channel that's he's bringing back. He wants to do some positive stuff over there. It looks like. Anyhow. And then we've got Scotty Hart 37.
Hi.
Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for inspiring this stream.
Wow. No, it's a blast. It's always fun to hang out and play. What am I doing? Hump Day Happy Hour over with Cinema Gulp. And I don't know what we're talking about next Wednesday, but we'll talk about something and it'll be fun. And then on Thursday, I think we're back into the Mission Impossible movies. I think Fallout at the Phantasmagorium. And then, yeah, Xanadu. That's me. That's it. It's over. Go
Awesome. Why are you still here?
Why
I
are
was
you
doing
still
something else.
Here, it's over.
I think I have one more, but I gotta pull it up. Oh, for some reason, StreamYard makes it difficult to do this kind of thing. Here we go.
Okay, for me on Cinema Gulp here, we have Monday is our part 2 of our Lethal Weapon series retrospective. So it's going to be me and John doing all things for Lethal Weapon 2 from 1989. If you like that movie, or if you don't, or if you've never seen it, or you're just a human being, check it out because you'll learn a lot about that movie, the behind the scenes, lots of details. We did a lot of research on it, and we talk about it for about 35 minutes, so it's not too long. So I hope to see you guys for that. And Hump Day Happy Hour is back, at least for the next month. Yeah, Scotty brought it up. I think one of the topics we're going to probably talk about is overrated and underrated 90s comic book films.
Nice.
So we'll get in on that. Yeah, and that's it. Check out our shorts. We got some good shorts that we've put out recently. And yeah, check out the Lethal Weapon 1 if you like Lethal Weapon 1 better. A lot of debate. What's better, Lethal Weapon 1, Lethal Weapon 2? Well, if you watch our retrospectives and watch the movies, you can find out. So yeah, look
part of the conversation.
What's that?
You can be part of that conversation because people can put a comment in the below the video.
Yeah, so please come on and like and subscribe. And if you think our video sucks, we definitely love hearing that too. So
yeah, I think I just got one of those. I just got one of those from my show yesterday, so I get to read that.
Wow. Oh, really? I gotta go check that out.
Yeah, you gotta check it out.
Just give me an address.
The Outcast Creative was here. Lance, good friend, popping in to give you a like. Back to work for me. Oh yes, I hope you can. You have been working on scripts. You've been working on lots of things lately. Very good. I'm very glad you have all that work.
Wait, Joe, go back to that one. How do you dissect that? What do you say? Popping in to give you a life?
A like is what I think.
That's what he meant. Gotcha. I was like, wow, that could be taken many ways. All right, gotcha. Sorry.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna give you a life. You don't have a life. Get a life, Jill. No, he's not saying that. No.
Oh wow! No,
Max popped up.
That's insane! I can't believe that. This is
okay. We'll talk about it.
No, I want to say, can I read it? I want to read it.
Okay, sure. Read it.
Okay.
Read it.
So the chat from yesterday's looking for Parmok in all the wrong places from Farpoint Station says, yeah, no, I liked it. It says, why would you want to co-host with someone so rude, dismissive, and condescending as Scotty? He made this very uncomfortable to listen to and very cringy. Well, thanks, man.
Oh my
God, it wasn't me.
I get that exact same message after every Hump Day Happy Hour.
Yeah, that makes sense. Why would you do this? Why would you subject yourself and us to Scott?
Just stick around a little while. I'm going to tell this person and you will understand.
All right, that's good.
And so this is it. We love having Scotty on. Yes, Spidey gets it. And a lot of you guys get it. Everybody who's here gets it. And there are times where he needs to stop, but we keep our eye on Scotty.
Well, can I say, if people didn't see Scotty's worth on YouTube, he wouldn't be passed around like a rag doll.
Yeah,
on so many YouTube channels.
Exactly. That is precisely.
That's why we give him a shock collar.
Odd analogy.
There we go.
How about like a lucky troll doll?
Oh, you just got
that's better.
Joe.
Yes, he's got a diamond in his belly button.
Yes, and the hair. And the pink hair.
Bruce Lombardo, Bruce, you're supporting the channel again tonight.
We're never gonna get out of here.
$10 super chat. It's always a pleasure with someone like you and your crew. I'm so happy to be able to share my painting hobby with such good, cultured people in this panel, and the chat was amazing. Thank you all. That is the perfect sending out that I have ever seen today.
Bruce Rule.
It's really good. Thank you so
R.I.P.
much.
Clobby. I see you. R.I.P.
Oh yes, R.I.P. Clobby. All the time. Well, yeah, my Saturday night will never be the same. But
nope.
If as long as we can still be together, that's something. And remember Clobby. Remember him as much as you can. And yeah, that's why. Like if anybody ever sees that I have a thing, I have a Ben Grimm on top of my books in my bedroom. They're like, "Oh, are you a Fantastic Four fan?" I don't know anything about Fantastic Four. That to me, that I bought that to think of my friend.
Yeah.
And oh, why am I sharing that?
It was
What's
pretty
going
awesome.
No, it wasn't me. This is.
I was like, why do I do?
Jill? Why? What did we do to you?
StreamYard is.
I said.
No, StreamYard is playing musical chairs. It's the craziest thing. I don't know what is happening. I have lost complete control of everything. So I better go.
It's our AI
Oh, I
overlords.
just want to address Ben Frail. Yeah, dude, the Lethal Weapon pinball machine is awesome, dude. My friend.
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon 3?
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what I
that
played.
pinball machine is sick. Yeah.
Because it had the gun. That was the gun. Plunger.
I was gonna say Lethal Weapon 1. Isn't that the one where Gary Busey test drives an Audi?
Yes, it is. Where he goes, "Can I test drive your Audi?"
Hey, can I just... Oh, I love
This
posting. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, that's okay. That's okay.
I was gonna say I love post motorcycle crash Ben Gary Busey. So
Yeah, he's the best, man. He's just nonstop entertainment.
is there, Ben, is there a movie that has Gary Busey and Nick Nolte?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a great question. I don't
Because
think so.
I just have the feeling that if there was, it would have shorted out the universe by now.
Yeah,
It was crazy on one screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they played brothers, and Robert Mitchum was their dad.
Oh, peppered like a Nicolas Cage in there too. Holy shit, that movie would blow your mind. Yeah.
I put the Lethal Weapon 3 machine, the flyer, in the chat from Data East, and that's the first pinball to have a $1 ready slot in it.
Is that right?
Wow.
Well, thank you, Bruce. Thank you to the panel also. And I know I went around to have you guys talk about your stuff, but I do want to thank you again for being here, and thanks to everyone in the chat who made the conversation even more lively. I did enjoy talking about. Actually, I know Tiger Stripes didn't enjoy it, but I did enjoy talking. I don't mind talking about possible
EMP.
cosmic events that may be disastrous. Hopefully Tiger's right, and we'll never have to worry about it. But I do have to play a couple videos for Bruce. He sent a super chat. It's a rule.
Hello, computer.
They like you very much, but they are not the hell your whales.
This one's the best.
No bloody A, B, C, or D.
Do you have the Kirk Thatcher clip?
The punk on bus.
Yeah.
I just a little bit of it.
Excuse me. Do you mind stopping that noise?
Yeah. We're all bloody work. Smattering of applause.
And in honor of, since somebody mentioned Clobby, since you mentioned Pop Culture Curator, Bird of Prey 5, and those that we miss, Son of a Red Shirt, this clip always gets to me.
Here's to you, lads.
I want that green stuff he's drinking.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, right.
Elderberry and
green.
whiskey.
We have those too.
That's green.
Romulan.
It is. It is green.
Romulan ale is blue.
All right. Okay, we better go to bed so I can.
It's
I can wake up and stuff in the morning.
See you, everyone.
Oh, I
Have a
need
good
that
night.
one. Max, you're right. I'm gonna go get that clip. Remind me later. But I
Okay.
gotta go now. See you
Good
guys.
night, y'all.
We'll talk again.
Good
We'll talk
night.
again.
Good night.
Good night.
Cheers.
Learn all that is learnable.
And the ways our differences combine to create meaning and beauty.
It has always been easier to destroy than to create.
May we together become greater than the sum of both of us.
Well, now you have something new to think about. Carry on.
Going to bed. Gotta turn off the lights. Hey, there's TV. Gotta turn off the power. Hey, turning off things. Yeah, it's time for bed. So now, where's the sleepy place? It is upstairs, but I gotta make sure the door is locked, and now it's time for bed. Baxter, he's on the couch. He wonders why I'm singing. I'm going upstairs, and Baxter's coming with me. Just found a little poop. Gonna pick it up with my fingers and throw it in the toilet. Baxter is not to blame. Hey, buddy, you coming up? He's looking at me like I'm a crazy person. Come on, it's bedtime. Anyway, that's my song.
My mum always said things we lose have a way of coming back to us in the end. If not always in the way we expect.